Everybody get up, it's a party song.
Show.
Ah, the sounds of morning.
Early in the morning,
Birds singing.
gotta feed the donkey.
The sun peeking above the horizon.
The donkey,
The gentle nudge from your morning alarm clock.
this is what he says.
A subtle reminder that today is a new day. A new day for you to watch Gaming Morning Show. The show where you'll find science lessons.
Says when I bake bread, I give thousands of yeast organisms false hope by feeding them sugar before ruthlessly cooking them to death in an oven and eating their corpses. Wow.
I thought you
think
were
about bread a whole new way.
I thought you were about to say orgasms for a second there. Did either of you ever have that happen when you were in like biology class and you're reading?
Have an orgasm? I've never orgasmed during
The biology text doesn't do that for you? It's like, oh yeah.
Great deals.
computers and accessories
Wait,
special bundle.
Mike, they got the super chroma color in. Did you know they had that? You
I know.
overpaid for your computer.
By a lot. I wonder if, do you think they price match?
They might. Well, this is half off.
Can you take a screenshot of this and try to get a store price match?
And linguistic perfection.
Is that like when I roll my R's?
Good.
Romance.
Great.
Romance. See, everyone. It's not a hiss.
So let me hear your battle cry.
Kiki. Oh!
Kiki what?
As we all charge into Gaming Morning Show.
More like Kiki. Whoa, am I right?
Now, if only I could find a way out of this box. I'll catch up. Because GMS starts right now.
Morning, gamer. Gaming Morning Show. It is on the air on this date, Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. Should be kind of funny and exciting. I definitely just read your shirt. I'm not going to lie. Just saw you pointing, like you weren't pointing, but you're like scratching up at your chest or doing something at that level. And I looked at that and then I said kind of funny, which is not our show. That's a whole different show. How am I doing?
Kind of funny.
Yikes. It is Wednesday.
I'm going to start wearing shirts that I want to make you say things.
Imagine me just reading whatever I see on the screen. That'd be just absurd. I never expected that to happen.
I'm going to make a regifting day shirt.
Speaking of which, redundancy in Days of the Days continues with Gaming Morning Show. We'll tell you about that coming up in just a second. Mike is on vacation. We'll be back tomorrow. We will have Theo later on in the show. This is going to be like an air traffic control show. We have so many ins and outs and weaving and going. It's going to be kind of crazy.
So I'm going to be here from 6 to 6:30, and then I got to go, and then I'll be back from 6:55 to 7:25, and then I got to go. But then I'll be in chat from 8:15 to 8:20.
He's holding office hours. If anyone else needs to schedule some time, let us know. Oh, Joel, stay tuned. We have a story to tell you here, by the way. Load Latch Checkpoint is here. Aura is here as well. That emo kid Mark, good morning on Twitch. Look, it's Mike O is bored. Makes sense. AJ is here as well, and it's great to see everybody hanging out with us on Twitch. You can find us on Facebook Gaming, YouTube, Twitter. For the second straight day, we're actually streaming live on Twitter. For the second straight day, anything anyone says in Twitter, we won't see right away. So that's, a problem. But we'll figure that part out. We're going to have Tom of Tom Thinks play 5 questions with us in the 8 o'clock hour. That's going to be at 8:20 a.m. Pacific time. At 7:25 a.m. Pacific time, we will let you know who is our name of the month for the month of March, and give you a chance to win a fabulous prize, because you could win our name of the month, whatever that is. Which just reminded me, I got to get the giveaway set up so that you can start entering. That's always important. So I'll do that now. But we'll have an interview. This is kind of exciting, Sean. We talked about this for a long time, is getting a chance to have the actual person who, made the game join us for it. So that should be pretty fun.
That should be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Right. Yes, I definitely remember how to do this. Yep. This is something you should take care of before the show, Ryan. Yeah. We'll get that done. So I'm excited about all of that. Theo's going to be here to guest host coming up in the 7 and 8 o'clock hours. So we got Theo coming in. Sean's going to hang around during the times that, you were talking about. We got a lot of ins and outs and stuff. It's going to be bizarre. Also, to make matters worse, yesterday my kids were trying to get into the iPad. We have like a passcode on our iPad, and they finally have figured it out. And I think they figured it out because we let our daughter, who's older, know about it so she could get into it really quick, and then she told our son. That was a mistake.
Terrible.
Yeah, not good.
Terrible.
So as a result, we had to change the passcode. No big deal, right? No big deal. Just change some numbers, make it happen. Except, I forgot about that just now, and so I typed in the passcode incorrect. And I'm guessing at some point yesterday, my son entered it incorrect enough to where there was like a time that it had to be disabled, and so I just added an hour to that number. So my iPad is now disabled for at least an hour.
Jeez.
So if I look right there, where my iPad is, I can't see a damn thing. So
Bummer.
I don't know what we're talking about. Hope you do.
Bummer. Regifting day, I think.
Probably. The days of the day are kind of crazy. So check this out. This is the rundown of days of the day. We have Superhero Day, which, by the way, Mike was super excited about, because Mike knows that if anybody can do justice to Superhero Day, it's me, the knower of all things Marvel. Did you know there's an Arachnid man? Yep. I was bitten by a spider. His name is Benjamin Barker, and was very influential in the superhero things. I could tell you about America Lieutenant. He carries a gigantic oval plate with him. He likes to serve classic American dishes. Sounds about right. How am I doing?
Pretty good. Let's get some diversity. What's that one that's named after the big, wild cat?
Yes, the big wild cat. Well, that one is clearly feline person.
Oh, yeah.
And was in the last movie, The Assembly, which was where all the superheroes got together, and they had a movie called Finish Event. It was not about
I don't know.
Finland.
I don't know why Mike was so worried.
I'm just trying to see Catman and Dobbin. Yes, everyone loves Catman and Dobbin. You want me to tell you about? Oh yes, Iron Man, the housewife of War Machine, who takes care of the ironing. Yes, always an important one. I remember them. Yellow Lamp. You remember Yellow Lamp, right? I'm sorry, Mike. I promise it's gonna be okay.
Assembly coalesce.
Okay, Laugh is here. It's good to see you this morning as well. Julian is here as well. A long time no see, in fact, with you as well. It's going to be a fun show. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. But it is Superhero Day, and Mike was very sad that he's not here for Superhero Day. But don't worry, we'll make him feel okay about it. Stop Food Waste Day. Clean Comedy Day. It's fitting for our show. Shrimp Scampi Da. I'm guessing that's supposed to be day. Biological Clock Day. Cubicle Day. So if you're listening to us from a cubicle, today is Cubicle Day. Blueberry Pie Day. Guide Dogs Day. Workers Memorial Day. National Bravehearts Day. It's Denim Day. So if you're interested in hard pants, the softest of hard pants, but still hard pants, you can. And then it's also
hard pants.
Pay It Forward Day. Again.
Sometimes you got to pay it forward.
Mike wrote this is the 69th time we've had Pay It Forward Day. I at least know it's like the third.
Yeah, it's been around. And there was one that was like a slight variation, and I don't remember what that was, but it was essentially the same thing. So why are we paying it forward so much? I mean, I'm all for paying it forward, but really? So many pay it forward days?
There's a lot of Pay It Forward days. All right,
It's too bad. It's not as good as Shrimp Scampi Da.
Shrimp Scampi Da. It sounds like a song. All right, I'm getting the raffle ready to go. Okay, that should be going. I click Start Giveaway. Okay, someone do me a favor. Type in !raffle, !raffle, and you'll be entered into our name of the month. Okay, so AJ typed, sounds Swedish, as fast as you typed in !poop, and I actually thought we had a command. That was !poop. That was really fast, AJ. Your reflexes were on point. Holy cow. Now, Aura's telling us that apparently Arachnid Man is actually a real superhero. It's just not a Marvel superhero. Is that true? I didn't know that. That's great.
Sounds legit.
I believe it. How did they differentiate Arachnid Man from Spider-Man? Because you had to have, I'm sure, some sort of like different quality in order to get that through the copyright office, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Maybe he actually has 8 legs.
Fantastic.
They're like, clearly they're different.
Fantastic 3 and the Silver Surfer. But isn't the Silver Surfer actually one? Well, I guess it's not a superhero. Isn't that a bad person? Come on, help me out. I need your help. How are we doing?
Maybe.
Are we doing okay so far?
I think we're doing good.
Mike could be here, so he's out fighting. That's right. It had to just be like cheese grater on your ears. I told you I would do it justice. I didn't lie. Silver Surfer is the term I give old people who use the internet. Welcome to the Silver Surfer Show. I'm your host, Ryan. Noah Akaka? Achaka was bitten by a spider. Native American. His costume was what Spider-Man 2099 was based on. Is that the premise for Arachnid Man? I'm intrigued. All right, so the raffle's working. If you don't know already, you do not have to be present to win the raffle. But we do give the opportunity for those who are on our Patreon subscribers, double chances to win. So double entries already. So if you're already a Patreon subscriber, if you do !raffle, you'll get your second entry. If you just don't do anything, then you won't have that second entry. So that's the option, but you don't have to be here to win. We'll announce it right before the end of the show, right before our takeaways that were pretty okay and our clip of the day.
Nice.
Oh, so load less checkpoint. I told you that we had a story to tell you. That was very unfortunate. Yesterday, Sean went to work. And you said as Sean was leaving that you were going to make some phone calls. In fact, encouraged us all to make some phone calls to Sean's work. And say, hey, Sean, we need you to... I need to cancel my appointment with the doctor. And they're going to be like, well, what's your name? And you're just going to be like, I don't know, but just cancel my appointment. Sean, how did your yesterday go?
I had randomly during the morning, 2 of my afternoon patients, unrelated, canceled at the exact same time. I was like, who called the office?
Yeah, Joel.
Suspicious.
I give him a nudge. Yep. That seemed like seemed a little suspicious, Joel. The front desk actually was asked who called, and the front desk said they said their name was not Joel. It's 4-0 now, AJ. I would I would. Oh, I see 33. Man, how do you do that math? That has been the hardest adjustment to getting soccer goals correctly. Is being able to calculate the time the opposite direction. You're very good at that. Mark, this is like the first Rocket League game you've seen me play. How do you know I could be crocked? Oh, I forgot that the Streamlabs robot adds the letter A to every giveaway. So I always have to, I'm supposed to like account for that. Oh, that was close. What? Aura? I was going nuts yesterday. I even believe I was clipped by Chris Emier as a professional goal scorer.
I missed.
We're also playing 2v2, and I was talking for like the first, 20 seconds of it, so give me a break. Oh, I missed. I might have just centered that, in fact. Yep, sure did. Totally not me, says Joel. I don't know what you're talking about. Mark, I can't use the ball cam. The ball cam is harder. I try to use a mix of them.
Centering.
Oh, that's close. Let's see here.
Nice.
See, I'm cracked. To be fair, you did well yesterday, and then I got on. It was against a guy that did a triple backflipped aerial with a 540-degree spin rebound shot. I have a lot to learn. I will never be your 540 rebound shot player.
Thanks.
At best,
Person?
At best, I might have a shot at being like your 525-degree shot. That was a good header, and a nice assist by Queek.
Yep.
Yeah.
Queek.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Yeah, the ball cam I just can't wrap my head around. Oh, he blew me up. I'm back.
Centering.
Oh, I thought I had a shot at that. Now there's no defense. We're in a little bit of a spot here. I used all my boost. Oh, that might come back.
You missed. Now I'm just flailing through the air.
Oh, just a little off.
Oh.
Where'd it go? There it is. Uh-oh. Oh, this guy's blocking. We were not talking about the under desk cam. We were talking about the ball cam. All right, we got our gaming morning show, morning gaming news coming up after this. We also have birthdays today. If you have a birthday to celebrate with us, let us know. We'll do that around 6:50 a.m. Pacific time today. Also, this day in gaming history. Yes. Go. Go. Yes. What servers do you play? Oh, you're talking to Mark. So what's the seasons like? Give us information. Like, they have seasons that you play, like, actual competitive, like, on a week-to-week basis or something like that? Also, I'm excited for when we finally get those Formula One skins that were first reported by someone else and then told about on the Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News. We might have a shot at this,
Yeah,
Sean.
I think those will be really cool. I'm excited for those two.
Nice tail flip.
Thank you, thank you. I flipped my tail real good.
Yeah, the NASCAR ones will be pretty cool too.
Oh, need to get better at hitting it off the wall.
Oh no, I missed. That's not good. Yeah, sorry, I missed defense. A win a copy of the Name of the Month raffle is going on for viewers. Use !raffle to enter. So how many of y'all play Rocket League? Because we just started playing this game, you know, regularly this week. So I'd be curious how many y'all actually like play it on a routine basis. Our friends Nintendo nerds used to play it a lot on their stream. It's gonna be in there.
Oh, I missed.
I might center, in fact. That was not my intent. Good thing they missed. Oh no.
Haha.
Alright, well, we're losers for this time, but you know what? First game of the day. So, how about
Warm
that?
up.
Alright, what is going on? 6:29 West Coast time. It is 9:29 out on the East, 2:29 for those watching GMS in the UK. Thanks for hanging out with us on this edition of Gaming Morning Show. I'm going to play 5 questions GMS with Tom coming up at 8:20 a.m. Pacific time. Tom thinks whole bunch of cool characters. Borb does painting with Borb. Does the a whole bunch of different shows under the Tom Thinks handle on twitch.tv/Tom Thinks. So pretty exciting to have Tom on the show. Mike's been talking about Tom for weeks now. So if you haven't heard about Tom, be sure to check our Discord. There's more information in there as well. So,
Indeed. Definitely worth checking out.
oh, deep stats. Aura saying, well, the last 4 minutes, 20 seconds, we won 4-3. So, you know, had we not spotted them a 3-0 lead, we would have been all right.
Yeah, we weren't quite ready for that to start. I don't think.
Look at chat. Wife wants to start. Told her I'm watching a game of men playing with a ball. Odd she normally doesn't game. Well, look at that. Building bridges. How about that? Rocket League is my most played current game. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, load last checkpoint. NASCAR is pretty awesome. It's just I like Formula One a lot better. It's more I like the road races. I always liked that with NASCAR back in the Jeff Gordon was my favorite driver back when I used to watch a lot of NASCAR, and he was much better at the road races than a lot of the other drivers. So I really liked NASCAR. It's just every year NASCAR would get to like the best part of the season where everyone's trying to win the championship, and football would start. I just completely get distracted, so I quit watching NASCAR. But it's pretty good. It's there. One thing on our topic of the day, this is a question we have. There was a Twitter user, and we actually have the link there to the moment if you want to check this out. So there was a Twitter user who went through this elaborate discussion of how they tracked parking spots at a grocery store, okay? And the goal was to try to park in every single one of those parking spots. And to the point where the man made a spreadsheet using the overhead view of all the parking lot and turned it into a vector image, could fill things in with every single parking spot that they could actually park in. And then over the course of, I think, like 6 years, actually made it so that they parked in every single parking spot at this place. So my question, have you ever set a more unique, less serious goal? I'm not talking about the goal where, you know, I want to own a house in 5 years, or I want to travel to every country in the world. I'm just like, did you ever look at something like, I bet I could do that? I know, Chat FM. I don't know why.
So silly. What were there handicap spots? Did he have to break his leg for part of
No,
it?
he took into account the ones that he wasn't able to in his current situation park in, which included, as they termed it in there, the disabled spot, and they also had another one where it was like for deliveries or something like that. So he did rule out those that he was not eligible, if you will, to park in.
Okay.
By the end of this experiment, he had trolley bays. The black space that was marked was in like an irregularly shaped patch that was too small for a car. And then there were a number of family, disabled, and motorcycle bays, as the tweet reads. And as a family man, was able to park in the family spots. Didn't have a motorcycle, so ruled that out. Which, you know, buying a motorcycle would have been pretty cool. Or renting one.
I think for as serious as he took it, he could have gone a step further and gotten a motorcycle, gotten a job for some sort of like delivery service, and just broken his leg so that he could park in the handicap zone.
He could have learned how to drive the trolley, and they could park the trolley in the trolley spots.
And that irregular one, you could probably fit the motorcycle in that one, so that would have taken care of that one too.
Well, look at the time. So we're going to talk about this here in a second. We got to get to the news. I started the show a little bit late, getting everything ready. So a lot of traffic to direct today. Right now, we got to get the news. So let's head to the newsroom. Here's hashtag video game expert Sean.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 20th, 2021, and this is your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. You've heard of the Nintendo Wii. I think we've all heard of the Nintendo Wii. But did you know there was a golden Nintendo Wii that was made for Queen Elizabeth? Well, there was, and now it's for sale. So if you would like to own the Queen's Wii, now you can.
That's interesting.
Bad microphone. So back in 2009, as part of a publicity stunt, Big Family Games publisher THQ commissioned the creation of a golden Nintendo Wii and had it delivered to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. In all reality, the Queen likely never received the console, but it was attempted to be delivered to her. So it at some point was at least at her residence. And now it's made its way back into the wild, and now it's on sale for on eBay. It's listed on eBay for $300,000.
I mean, it looks like legitimately gold. Like it's got a shininess to it.
It's 24 karat gold, so it's, that's cool. Need a gold Wii?
No.
Who knows? They might be putting out an update to some of these Wii games based on Nintendo's current strategies, so it might be worth it.
It's interesting that, like to AJ's point, like I wonder if it was ever used.
Yeah, don't know. I'm sure she never used it, so I don't know. But that's cool. Gold Wii.
I believe Mike will offer 6 economies, in fact.
Sony had its. This is the next news story. Okay, here we go.
Meow.
Cool.
Cat shark. It's
now we
cat
can't see
shark. Cat shark.
Sony had an earnings call yesterday, and Sony CFO Hiroki Totoki explained that the company is planning to enhance its exclusive offerings and will do so in 2 ways. They intend over the next year to continue investing and partnering with external studios and to, quote, aggressively invest in our in-house studios. So they're really looking to make a push for the next generation and get a bunch of exclusives lined up, which is exciting. And if this goes well, when we get to like E3 time, where Sony will most likely just have their own thing like they've done the last couple years. Hopefully we'll hear some news about exclusives that are coming up over the next couple years. because we have a few things on the horizon, but in years past we've had just like a slew of games that we knew were coming over the next year or two, and we don't have that right now. So this is a good thing.
Do you think this is somewhat a reaction to Bethesda's acquisition because they're starting to get worried about the amount of exclusive titles they have?
I don't think so. I think this is in Sony's normal ebb and flow of having a bunch of games out within, a couple years, and then they kind of have to reload everything, And so I think we're kind of in that ramping up phase for Sony, where we're going to see a lot of first party and third party exclusive PlayStation games getting announced and coming out in the next couple years.
Sweet.
Oh, go ahead.
I said sweet.
Oh, did you hear that? You sweet friend. Last news story. I feel like we touched on this when it was first announced, but now it's more of a reality. The new iOS update has officially added support for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X controllers, which is fantastic news because using a controller with mobile games is preferred, and now you can use these fancy new controllers with it. This is available on the iPhone and iPad, so if you're looking to get into some gaming on mobile devices, now you can use your new controllers, since the PlayStation 5 now officially exists. It was a myth for a while.
Yeah, no one had ever seen it. At least this is now, like, my thought was going to be to get that backbone, but if I do end up getting a PS5, then I can use my DualShock for my phone.
Your DualSense.
No, I wouldn't want to use my DualSense. That'd be with my PS5. But I could use my old DualShock, or is it not going to be PS4 support?
This one's specifically PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X.
Oh, man. Let me reuse old stuff so I don't just throw it away. Please.
The DualShock 4, maybe it works the other way.
I'm going to go grab my PlayStation 1 controller and get an adapter.
Ooh, I love a good adapter.
I'll just reuse old stuff. Let's quit throwing crap away.
Speaking of throwing crap away.
Really?
Nope. Always last but never least, we finish off today's Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news with the world-renowned segment within a segment where we take a look at what is out today. We have Crime Opera, The Butterfly Effect, out on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, and Switch. Second Extinction, out on Xbox Series One, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. Genshin Impact, out on PlayStation 5. Taiwan Monster Fruit Prologue, out on Switch, which, no joke, would have been the name of the morning. I can't find who developed this game. That information isn't available anywhere.
Oh, no.
And usually on, like, the Nintendo Switch store, they have a spot that has, like, developer or at least publisher. Like, none of that's available. So, I don't think anyone made this game. I think Skynet made this game.
Oh, or maybe Joel called and was like, hey, I'm going to make a game. It's going to go out on April 28th, and it's called Taiwan Monster Fruit. You can get it. It's available on the Switch. So
we also have Grisaya Phantom Trigger 01 to 05 out on Switch. Car Demolition Clicker out on Switch. And Skeletal Avenger out on PC. You remember Skeletal Avenger from...
Well, it is Superhero
all the
Day,
superheroes,
and we're celebrating the assembly of powers that was in the final episode of that series, which was Assembly Final Event, and yeah, I think Skeletal Avenger was there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he was fighting a man, he. I'll get you, man, he.
And for the most prestigious award in video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's name of the morning goes to Somatically Muffed. Out on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. Somatically Muffed.
There you go. Somatically
And-
muffed.
And I did double check to make sure it wasn't a typo and it's supposed to be like systematically or cinematically. Nope, it's somatically, whatever that means.
Maybe it was Skynet.
Well, there you go. It's name of the morning for today, Wednesday, April 28th, 2021, and thus is going to be eligible to become name of the month, which we're going to give away our March name of the month. You just see it there, Streamlabs telling you if you do exclamation point raffle, you can enter our giveaway. Coming up at 7:25 a.m. Pacific time today, we will have the creator of our March name of the month. We'll reveal what it is to you coming up in just a little bit. Also at 8:20, we'll play 5 questions with Tom from Tom Thinks. So a whole bunch of stuff to get to this morning on Gaming Morning Show. If you missed any of it, check us out on Twitter. You can find Sean at sports.gaming. I am Hefty Goof, and we are, as a show, Watch GMS. You can also see where Mike's eating breakfast this morning on his Twitter.
Get your Dunkin' coffee.
Bob with the spoiler alert. So, or I did see that. So Ora yesterday let us know that I think your brother, right, on the rugby national team, at least one of them, because there's several usually. So yeah, we did see that. Thank you. And if you missed it, or if you don't have our Discord already, you can join us on Discord by going to those links there. It's gamingmorningshow.tv/where to find GMS. Oh, your mate got you. You can also find our Patreon there if you are a subscriber or above. So you were an early adopter when that was available, or you're a subscriber. Maybe you're on the kneecap tier like our friend Axe, who's on Twitch this morning. Thank you for the host, Axe. Or if you want to adopt Bob, which you can do, we'll take care of Bob. We'll get him a new box.
A new box would be pretty okay.
I mean, Bob's excited about it. So those are all
He
available.
sounds pretty thrilled.
Yeah. I mean, have you heard Bob happier than that?
No, Bob's
It's
rarely
hard.
happy.
So Bob's on board.
Won't you adopt me?
I hope someone does, Bob. Hope someone does. For you. It's all about you. Somatics is a subset of model vibrational phenomena. Is that exclamation point? Phenomena. Second straight day. That weird thing that happens when vibrations on a surface cause a pattern to emerge. K-Laugh, I have no clue what you just said. As the smart one on the screen, Sean, do you have any clue what K-Laugh is talking about?
I got distracted by your phenomena.
Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. No, this is what happens. I go to bed at 11. The 4 a.m. is normal. I didn't go to bed at 11. I went to bed kind of late last night. Honestly, there was just a lot to prep for. Like I said, Theo's going to host with us in the 7 and 8 o'clock hours. We got Tom coming in the 8 o'clock hour. We got the name of the month winner, or, game designer, creator, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. There's got a lot to go. Wednesday shows are chaotic, all right?
They're busy.
And it's not even the Chaos Show. That's on Thursday. What's going on? So,
Were we like, hey, Mike's not going to be here Wednesday. Let's pack all the important stuff into Wednesday.
Chrissy is here. Good moron, Chrissy.
Top of the moron.
It is good to see you as well. Thanks for being here on this edition of Gaming Morning Show. Sean and Ryan today. It's gonna be a lot of fun coming up. No different news. There's now there's a new American and Canadian competition for rugby.
Mm-hmm.
You were super into rugby for a while, right?
Yeah.
Or was that Australian rules football? I can't remember which one.
No, it was rugby.
Okay.
And I kind of put many sports other than the major ones on hold in my mind during pandemic, so I haven't paid much attention to rugby over the last year. But I still enjoy rugby. And so this is the North American Rugby League, a new professional rugby league competition launched March of 2021.
Oh, so we're talking like new.
Yeah, new.
Because I remember Sean and his wife, I think, right after you were married, you'd get up at like 2 a.m. and watch rugby?
We would usually stay up really late for the ones that were like would start at 1 a.m. We would just stay up and watch it at night. Oh no.
Blaze is here. Moron, Blaze. It's good to see you.
Good moron.
It's good to see you this morning. That's really loud. Apparently, Denmark has an American-style football league, basically NFL in Denmark. You know, one thing... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to... Oh, gosh. I was reading chat again and ran straight into Sean. These two have to wonder, like, what the hell are these two doing?
So especially in 2v2, whoever's closer to the ball, even if it's by a couple feet, it's got to go for the middle. Got to go for the ball just to block them. Oh, nice try.
So yeah, they used to have NFL Europe, which was an actual NFL, thing, and they had franchises all throughout Europe. Frankfurt, I remember Amsterdam, I think had one, and Scotland, I think the Scottish Claymores was one. And I bring all that up because my cousin actually played in NFL Europe a couple of years and was like the most outstanding player for the Claymores, meaning like in the league, but played for the Claymores. And so that was a thing that I remember, and I wish they still had it. Like, I thought NFL Europe, like, it was never going to get like massive ratings, especially in the U.S., which I think was maybe part of their intention, was to try to have something that still got people interested in the U.S. in football, even when the NFL off season. But what happened was the NFL just became such a 24/7 season anyway. Nice shot. So they didn't really need to have NFL Europe anymore. Just because, I mean, if you live in the U.S., basically the NFL, if you're in sports radio programming, you can talk about the NFL on a random Wednesday in February, and people will listen. And so they've found a way to Oh, you told me I did the exact opposite of what you told me to do, which was to go for the ball. Anyway, so that's why part of the reason why I think they got rid of NFL Europe. Plus, it's a cost thing, right? It costs them money to operate, and man, I am horrible today. But that's cool that they have something like that in Denmark now. I might just center that for them, basically.
That's good. Except I can't get it.
I definitely think I like this game a lot better as a 3v3.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, Laura asked who I support. So my wife and I watched a lot of Super Rugby, and our nice work. We supported the Waratahs, who they're based out of Sydney. So that was kind of our Super Rugby team. And then I tend to, when I'm watching like more national stuff, tend to root for the All Blacks. So you're on the ball. Nice. Yeah, usually support the All Blacks. And then I've been watching a lot of Rugby Sevens the last couple seasons. And I don't particularly have a lot of national pride when it comes to watching our rugby team, but the U.S. rugby team actually was doing pretty decent the last couple seasons, so it was fun to watch them not be bottom of the barrel every tournament. So that was cool. Oh, that's a good shot.
USA, USA, USA. Ah, good moron, Super.
Top of the moron.
It's good to see you this morning on Gaming Morning Show. Yeah, and like that's what I was saying is, Mike, is definitely a financial thing too, where, if they weren't able to make and or just break even, it's, that's the thing about, sports, especially in the U.S., is it's very owner-based, right? And so they are trying to make money, and if they can't make money on something, they're not going to do it. Especially with how much money there is to make, even for some of the worst franchises in all of, sports, like the Knicks, who are having quite the season, to be fair. They're still one of the most valuable franchises in all of U.S. professional sports. I'm going to center that real good.
I'm so far, though. Uh-oh. I'm so far away.
Uh-oh. Nice.
Oh, why are you taking me out?
I'm trying to get to the ball.
Centering.
We really got to play a little more positionally, I think. All right, I'm going to try to be ready.
Centering.
Oh, man,
Nice
that was
try.
so close. This ball doesn't follow real gravity rules. It's almost like it's a video game or something.
Nice. Ah.
Oh, I missed.
Oh,
Doesn't matter anyway. All right, ball game.
I
It was
got an
fun.
epic save.
Nice work. Gaming morning show, 6:52 West Coast time. It is 9:52 out on the East, 2:52 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. I know that there has been professional football leagues all over Europe. You mentioned, having Chat FM verify. We've had at the institution I've worked for, we've had collegiate student athletes go on to play professional football in Europe. So there are definitely leagues out there for sure. Just a matter of how massive in terms of not success, but how excited people are to watch it, right? So, yeah. Aura said, the Super Rugby, I watched Blues. I was always an NRL fan and Sydney Roosters, so watched Bill Williams for years.
Nice. Yeah, for Super Rugby, if I had to pick a New Zealand team, I'd root for the Crusaders, only because our mutual friend Joey traveled to New Zealand for a while, and he actually worked at that stadium for a bit. And so when we were more into Super Rugby, he'd come over and watch matches occasionally, and we'd usually root for the Crusaders out of support for him because he had that tie.
I mean, are PlayStation players mad about the show going to Xbox? I mean, they can still play the game. It doesn't really change anything for the PlayStation players. Emo Kid Mark, about to download that later. Oh, well, I guess maybe Mike's point is if you bought a PlayStation specifically for the show, because we had a friend, Ben, who's hosted the show before, who bought an Xbox, 360 or Xbox One to play Titanfall? Wasn't that what it was?
I think so.
But is Titanfall in a specific... I can't remember. Anyway, he regretted every moment of buying the Xbox because he wished he had a PlayStation. And then he was the first one to get a PlayStation 5. Fools. All right, well, like I said, it's good to see Blaze this morning. It's good to see Superphonic. Thank you, K-Laugh, for all the explanations on what you were talking about earlier that went well over my head. So I appreciate that. It's good to see everyone hang out with us on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and on GamingMorningShow.tv. Do want to let you know that this weekend there is a prom. If you would like to attend the Streamers Lighthouse prom, you can go to the Streamers Lighthouse on Discord. It's going to start at 11 a.m. Pacific time this Saturday, known as Enchantment Under the Sea. It's going to be kind of cool. Virtual prom. Yeah, there'll be some live music. There will be events. Should be a lot of fun. Find out more. Streamers Lighthouse on Discord. I'll shout out Copia and Kate and Chris. They are all influential members of the Streamers Lighthouse. There you go. Bam. Superphonics Munchin' on a Baguette.
It's a good song.
Chrissy thought we were going to have a virtual prawn, so...
Ooh, a prawn.
Virtual prawn. Yum. Birthdays this day in gaming history. If you have a birthday to celebrate with us, please let us know in the chat. Birthdays include today, Anne Margaret turns 80. An actress.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Jay Leno is 71. I want to guess Jay Leno was in the 70s.
Yeah. Jay Leno.
Mary McDonald turned 69 today.
Nice.
Let's see who else has a birthday today. Master P or Percy Miller, 50 years old today. Singer-songwriter Erica Campbell, turns 48 today. Penelope Cruz is 47 today. Let's see. Jessica Alba turns 34 today.
Her first regular TV series was Flipper. Like how? What's it? What's it say?
That's a dolphin.
Yeah, what's a dolphin say?
Why do I sound more like the ghost from Phasmophobia? What is happening? Okay. That's a dolphin. Nailed it. Thank you, Super. It's almost as good as whatever impression I was trying to do yesterday.
My favorite part of Ryan, your impressions are where you do the impression and then you have to immediately explain what it is, because
to reinforce what everyone already knows.
they're just so good.
Yes. They're like, wow, that is a spot on. What was it again? It was a dolphin. Yes, a dolphin.
So when a really young kid does a drawing, my wife taught me this a long time ago. You're not supposed to go like, "What is that?" You're supposed to say things like, "Oh, tell me about your drawing." Mm-hmm. So it's not implying like, "That's terrible. I don't know what that is." So I'm gonna start doing that with your impressions. You'll do one and be like, "Oh, tell me about your impression."
Well, you don't need to. I already immediately jump in and say, "Oh, that was my dolphin."
It's getting better.
It's so much better. Do you want me to roll my R's?
Ooh, roll your R's as a dolphin.
All right, here we go. This is the dolphin rolling its R's. Ready? Romance. I mean, seriously, could it get any better? I don't think so. Shahadi Wright Joseph is 15 today. Actress well known for what was the Jordan Peele movie? Us? Not Get Out. I think it was Us. Yep, there you go. That sounded like you said roll your arse. Maybe I did. That's the mastery of being such a great impressionist like me, is you can actually do multiple impressions simultaneously.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So there you go. That'll be my answer to our topic of the day, which is, do we ever have any small, less serious goals? Mine is to continue to evolve my impressions. Good job, AJ. Way to get automodded. I'm proud of you.
Now do John Madden doing a dolphin rolling his R's.
Of course. How do you know what's so in my wheelhouse? Here's a guy. He was gonna jump through the hoop, and then he went over to the left, and like boom! Romance. I think I got like a hyena laugh in there too, just for fun. Not afraid. Yep. Remember when we used to wake people up with just the sound of a donkey? Instead, like now, like imagine Kiki waking up to that sound that I just made. I think it'd be enough to never sleep again.
We can isolate that. Make it an alarm clock.
Well, that happened. This day in gaming history. We're going back to 1982 because you all said, hey, we don't have enough Nintendo and Coleco news. Or as many people called it, Colco. Many people. But don't worry, we got another one for you. This is 1982. Universal tells Nintendo of America and Colco Industries destroy all copies of Donkey Kong due to infringement of King Kong film. Did this actually happen where they had to get rid of a ton of Donkey Kong games?
I don't know if they did.
I'd like to know.
I think, I mean, King Kong or Donkey Kong's still around, so I think ultimately Nintendo won out.
I just mean, like, in that moment, did they actually have to go through and burn?
I don't think so.
So
I don't think so.
I like how I automatically assumed the only way to destroy the copies was through burning, of course.
Burn them. Well, otherwise the essence won't be destroyed.
Super. If you want to put your phone right next to Kiki's ear, I can make that sound again. I mean, I'm willing to if that's helpful to the cause. So Kill it with fire. And all of a sudden I thought AJ was thinking of my impression. Can you burn one's impression? Monkey dolphin. 94, Naxat released the Kaza Kiri ninja action video game for the PC Engine in Japan. 1997, 3DO agrees to sell all the hardware systems to Samsung for $20 million. Samsung never really got into the video game, right?
No, not really.
Morning, Dr. Chick.
Top of the moron.
2001, Sony CI released Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec for PlayStation 2. I've heard that, like, people choose Need for Speed or Gran Turismo, right? Like, that becomes a loyalty thing? Or are those both exclusives on the opposite sides? I don't even know.
No, those Need for Speed tends to come out on multi-platform, and Gran Turismo is more of a PlayStation thing. But Need for Speed's more of like your arcade racer, whereas Gran Turismo's more like a simulator.
Arcade racer, arcade racer, arcade racer, go! 2017, Tarsier Studios released Little Nightmares. Thank you for putting that game out. It's been a lot of fun to watch people like Pickle Feets and Grim Toga and Space play.
I'm excited for you to play it.
No, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out this date in gaming history, Nintendo Switch, back in 2017.
I'm excited for you to play that.
Forza, that's right. Thank you. Super fun.
Oh, yeah.
Forza is the competition. That must be Xbox. Gran Turismo is PlayStation, right?
Correct.
All right. Well, so far, hopefully one of your takeaways that's pretty okay is Ryan does a spot-on dolphin monkey. Mixing old John Madden. So, Super, did you even take your monocle off from your last expert moment on the show? Because if you didn't, you need to watch that thing. Okay. Aura's going to get on some Rocket League. Let's go. Next hour, Theo joins us. AJ had asked if Theo's going to play Rocket League. Theo is not. Theo does not have a machine by which you can play any video game. But what we'll do is we'll play some words on stream. So we'll do that when we come back. It's Gaming Morning Show, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Now streaming on Twitter, at least back-to-back days. Pretty exciting. Our Name of the Month reveal coming your way next hour on Wednesday, April 28th, 2021.
I could run for my life, I could see your disguise, but it'll be just fine if heaven's secure. I could tell you were bored, but I gave you my word that it'll be.
In a world where keyboards just won't work, one streamer is determined to make it right.
I want a D that works. I need the D to work.
A quest that would take her on a journey of a lifetime. With her baby daddy by her side.
That's how we do, baby!
He's not my baby daddy or my anytime near soon future baby daddy.
She overcame all odds and fixed the D.
My D has been broken for so long, but I touched it. It was so good, and it feels so good to have a D that works.
This summer, Superphonic.
Sorry, Kiki.
Kiki Lowe starring The Lost City of D. A Gaming Morning Show production. Coming up on Gaming Morning Show. Sports. And today's interview. Find GMS on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningShow.tv. Time for hour number 2, right now.
Morning, gamer. Gaming Morning Show continues. It is Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. My iPad works again. I can say all this stuff. It's amazing. I'm so happy. Ryan, Sean, and Miss Theo with you on Wednesday. Coming up in about 15 minutes from now, we will introduce you to our name of the month, which we will give away a copy. As you see, Axe just did in the chat, you can do exclamation point raffle and get entered into our giveaway if you are a Patreon subscriber, like Axe is, as a kneecap subscriber. You get a bonus entry as well. So if you do exclamation point raffle, you will have 2. If you just decide to hang out, you'll have 1 automatically by being a member of our Patreon. Find out more by going to patreon.com/gamingmorningshow. There's even information about what it means to adopt Bob.
A new box would be pretty okay.
We're asking you about silly things like, I don't know, little small non-serious goals, like the man who decided to park in every parking spot at his local grocery store. It was like over 200 some parking spots. And so that's where we'll welcome in Miss Theo this morning, is if you have a unique, less serious goal that you've ever tried to achieve, we would love to know. I once tried to collect every single plastic football helmet out of one of those quarter twist vending machine things. They had NFL helmets, and you could get all of them, to the point where the last one I needed at the time were the Colts. And somebody in Sam Goody, which for those who don't know, was a place you bought CDs, and for those who don't know, those were compact discs, and is what music came on. I think that's pretty good. That should cover all the bases. Yeah. I actually made an offer to the person who had it sitting on their cash register and said, I would like to buy that from you. It will complete my set. And I accomplished my goal. And from there on, I've been incredibly successful with everything else I've ever done.
I was a little worried. I was a little worried that at the end of that story, you'd be like, and they said, no, get out of here, kid.
Are you going to buy that CD, or are you just going to sit here and
But I'm glad they
offer helmets?
Also, how funny would it have been if the one you didn't have was Denver?
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
You got them all, but Denver. Bummer.
Theo, it was my Pokemon challenge.
Well, knowing you, Ryan, I'm not surprised that you were able to get that last helmet. You probably talked your way, into it.
I cannot confirm nor deny whether or not that I actually did do that. Which, you're right. It would not be above me to make an offer on anything that I was seeking.
Oh no, I feel like you could talk your way in or out of most things. Probably.
That is not true. That's
you just got to turn on the voice. I mean, you don't even have to turn it on. It's just naturally there. So.
So did either of you ever have a silly non-serious goal? This is verbatim the tweet from the person. For the last 6 years, I've kept a spreadsheet listing every parking spot I've used at the local supermarket in a bid to park in them all. This week, I completed my magnum opus and then made a thread outlining everything that they did, to the point where they had a spreadsheet. The rows were color-coded. You went up one side, it was 1 through 30-something. You went back down the other side, it was 30-something down to 60-something, right? They were intent on parking in every single spot. And the fun outcome, for what it's worth, and you can find this on our Twitter at WatchGMS, at the very end, they had a summary of the best parking spots to park in that particular supermarket. This one is awful. Apparently, don't park next to the trolleys. It's a bad spot. So.
Oh my God, did you say trolleys?
Yeah, I think this person was overseas. I don't think it was.
Okay.
I think a trolley in this case is like a bus. That's my guess.
No, I think a trolley is a cart.
The shopping carts. That's exactly. I said earlier that they should get trained to drive the trolleys. That'd be a whole different job than I expected. Now that I think about it, thank you, Theo.
Of course. Well, anybody, in the I think in the UK, right?
In the UK. Yeah, we do. Yes, Superphonic confirming. We do call them trolleys. Adjust your monocle again, you smart man. Oh, and Game Pride is here this morning too. Moron. Game Pride.
Good moron.
Good moron to you. All right. So anyway, I'll let you answer the question. Anything come to mind? Silly goals?
No, I only have serious goals.
That's right.
So.
Theo is a very serious person. Sean?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think I have anything like that.
Man.
I mean, I had a pretty organized digital comic collection for a while, and obsessively renamed all the files to be better organized. Does that count?
I think of one that I know about you. You almost, not necessarily in with the intent of doing it for yourself, but you've tried almost every Oreo flavor that's ever been made.
Oh yeah, that is something we've been doing as a family. This was inspired by Kind of Funny, and Greg Miller of Kind of Funny has a or had, it's kind of defunct these days, an Oreo review show called Oreo Oration, and it was hilarious. And my daughter, being like 3 at the time, also thought it was hilarious. And so ever since she was 3, we would buy any new flavor of Oreo, and we would record her doing a little review.
Okay, what's the weirdest or coolest flavor so far?
There's so many. I'm always a fan of pumpkin spice, and that one comes back seasonally, and that one is yummy. I don't always get on the pumpkin spice hype train, but that one just happens to be rather tasty. My least favorite ones are always the ones that involve peanut butter. Like there was a peanut butter and jelly one, which was gross because peanut butter, but also the very middle was like a little jelly blob, and that was by itself rather disgusting.
That part does sound disgusting.
Yeah.
So
it was pretty bad.
Okay, then how should you eat an Oreo?
However you would like to eat an Oreo, and
like
as part
that.
of
I like that.
and as part of the review process, so there's steps you have to go through. And someday, I've told my daughter this for like 8 years now. Someday I will have enough time where I will go and edit these, and I will put them online, at least for friends and family. But there's steps, and first you open the package and you see how they smell, and then you see how they taste. So you just pick one up and you take a bite and you see how it tastes. And then you have to see how it goes in milk. So you have to dunk it and see how it goes in milk, and then you have to do a twist test to see how it twists. So you get all the varieties.
Step 1.
And the best part, and the Kind of Funny show does this. You twist one because you have to do best 2 out of 3. So you twist one, see how it twists. You twist another one and see how it twists, and then you can put the 2 cream sides together and make super cookie.
Ooh.
Super cookie.
Step 1, cut a hole in the box. Step 2, put the Oreo in your mouth. That's not what you expected me to say. We will talk more about this as little goals that you might have in the world. Superphonic, by the way, is writing down your steps frantically. They are hilarious, and luckily Sean involved my kids down the road. So eventually, at some point, we'll edit those and put them out in a place that you can find them. Or we can find them. Either way, it'll be fun. Apparently, back to trolleys, Superphonic telling us, getting trolleys or getting on my trolley means getting very drunk if you were getting trolleyed. Not getting trolled, but getting trolleyed. So.
Oh, I love it.
Now we know.
The more you know.
Good moron, Copia.
Top of the moron.
It's good to see you this morning. Step 3, AJ's got a point. You take the Oreo, you crack it, and then you, like you said, make the super cookie, and then you take the super cookie.
Put it on a pancake.
It's always important. It's my cookie in a box. It's my cookie in a box.
Oh my gosh.
It's my cookie
Oh
in
my
a box.
gosh. Yes.
All right, we're going to play Words on Stream. Last time we played this, it looks like we got to level 19, which was pretty okay. If you haven't played before, all you have to do is type in the words that you are seeking into the Twitch chat if you're watching us on Twitch, if you're watching us on Facebook Gaming, or on YouTube, or in this case, if you're watching us on Twitter, because we are streaming now on Twitter, you can just scan that QR code. Your phone will open up something, and bada bing, bada boom, you'll be there. TKM Troll, I saw that you gave us a follow on Twitch. Are you in any way related to TKM Aura? Love to know. Step F. See what saying buttsicord sounds like with your mouth full of each flavor. To Theo's question, by the way, I was there when they tried Lady Gaga Oreos.
Wait, what? Wait, there's Lady Gaga Oreos?
Tastes nothing like Lady Gaga.
Wait, yeah, what does this taste like?
I once chewed on Lady Gaga's arm for about 3.5 seconds, and the Oreo tastes nothing like that arm did. So.
And so Oreo, a while back, probably a year and a half ago, I don't know how long it's been, they made this thing called Oreo ID, where you can go on their website and create your own Oreo. So you can do like custom colors and custom flavors, and you can, put a little picture on them. Like, it's pretty fancy. And around that time, they released the Lady Gaga version. She partnered with them and made her version of an Oreo, and they put those up.
I see. Wow, you have so much Oreo knowledge.
That's when you go through the cookie section every time you're at the grocery store to make sure there aren't any new flavors of Oreos. You pick up a bunch of Oreo knowledge.
That's amazing.
We did just make sure that everyone knows you are hashtag Oreo expert as well. So
of course,
I told you,
Yes.
Sean's good at everything, and that includes eating Oreos. So
my favorite way to eat Oreos, my wife loves to eat Oreos, but the cream is sometimes too sweet, so she'll eat like one Oreo whole, and then she'll eat like two more with just the cookies, and so she'll just be like, "Here, you eat the cream." I'm like, "All right, if I have to."
It's so
Not
tough,
too
isn't
sweet
it?
for me.
Man,
It's really tough.
imagine having to eat all the sweet things. Tabso is in the lead. Axe follows up with 22 stars, and Copia has a podium position with 20 stars. We're going to play this all the way leading up to about 4 minutes from now. We'll welcome in our Name of the Month winner for the month of March. We'll introduce you to the developer of our Name of the Month game. If you do exclamation point raffle, you can win a copy of our Name of the Month. We'll give that away by the end of the show. TKM Troll saying TKM is a clan for Apex, Fortnite, etc. Ara trying for Rocket League as well. Well, thanks for being here, Troll. We appreciate hanging out with us. Tabso, always great to see you. Happy you're playing Words on stream with us this morning as well. We have Superphonic, Copia, Emo Kid Mark's been with us the whole show. A whole bunch of great people hanging out with us. And if you didn't know, Theo is here usually on Wednesdays. Theo is a Theo of all trades, musician, doing video content, amazing cook, Reiki master, and coming up in the 8 o'clock break, we will actually have a meditation with Theo. So if you've never been here for one of those, Theo will get us right to start off our Wednesday morning, which should be a lot of fun.
I just got really excited because I guessed runs. the whole time you were like saying that, I'm like, runs.
These are the reasons I know that you are a good fit for our show, to hang out and can laugh at the word runs. I bet somewhere Look It's Michael right now is just sitting there going, just right on.
Yeah, where is Mike? What up, Mike? Usually you're all up in this chat. What's up?
Mike's probably doing like adulting stuff and actually doing work.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably actually working.
Should be a lot of fun. We had a superhero day, stop food waste day, clean comedy day, pay it forward day, shrimp scampi day, which I saw someone call back in the chat last hour too, by the way. Shrimp scampi is pretty okay. A biological clock day, cubicle day, blueberry pie day, guide dogs day, workers memorial day, national bravehearts day, and denim day. It's a lot of stuff today.
Wow.
Right,
I'm like, I think we should just come up. We should just make our own holiday. And what would it be? Like, it's GMS Day.
put it on a pancake day.
Oh,
that would be pretty awesome.
Dude,
Encourage
That's actually-
everybody to take whatever they're eating that day and put it on a pancake.
that's not a bad idea.
All right, we're done with this section of Words on Stream. We'll come back to this after our interview. Tabso, Axe, and Copia have the lead. Troll in a debut, 15 stars. Right now, 16 stars out of a podium place. It is now 7:24 on the West Coast, 10:24 on the East, and 3:24 for those watching GMS with us in the UK. Thanks for hanging out with us. Coming up in a little bit, we'll tell you about a new musical movie that's going to debut on Netflix. It's from Lin-Manuel Miranda, which, pretty good at making the musical stuff, so this one might be pretty good as well. If you do exclamation point raffle, you have a chance to win a fabulous prize with our Name of the Month giveaway. And coming up, it is time to debut our Name of the Month. You'll see it here on this next screen. We are going to have a conversation with the creator of Inspector Waffles. That is our Name of the Month, and it's coming up next on Gaming Morning Show. Gaming Morning Show continues. We are excited for the first time in GMS history to have our Name of the Month creator on with us on the day that we debut the Name of the Month to give away on our show. Jan is here joining us because of Inspector Waffles, which is the game that you created, one of the games that you've created. And so we're excited to have a chance to talk to you because we haven't done this. Basically, we choose a name of the morning, Jan, every single show. But we're doing it just based on the name itself. We know nothing about what the game's about. We know nothing about the style of the game. We just pick it based on the name. So we chose Inspector Waffles for the game because we love the name so much. Now let's do a little more detail before we give a copy of that away. Tell us what Inspector Waffles is about.
Hello. It's a point and click game with detective mechanics. So you play as a cat detective in a world full of cats and dogs, anthropomorphic cats and dogs, and you have to solve a puzzle, to solve cases as a detective. And it's very, mechanics are very classic, like every point and click, you have to click, find items, and so on. But there's also a detective part where you have to interrogate people. And you need to solve cases like a real detective.
Nice. And so what inspired you to make this sort of detective point-and-click game centered around animals?
I wanted to make this kind of game, detective and point-and-click at the same time. I've been thinking about that since for a very long time, but I didn't have the right idea for the story, and I started doing a game jam to make a game, this game, because the theme was cats and/or dogs, and I thought that would be fun to have a cat detective who have to solve a case where a cat didn't land on its paws. And I just started with this stupid idea, and I said, okay, let's do it. Now I have the idea to make a game with this initial idea of point and click and detective. And that's how it started.
Sherlock Holmes, but for cats.
Yeah.
Oh, now, are there any waffles in this?
In the game? No, I didn't.
With Inspector Waffles.
There's some jokes about that in a game because I have this stupid idea that every cat should have a real name cat, so they all have a cat's name like Food or like Snowball or whatever, and even the most the biggest villains of the game have a very cute names, so it makes me fun to create this. And so yeah, waffles, and there are also pancakes and peanuts and a lot of cat names with about food and about other things too.
That's amazing. You need to make a character with egg roll. You need an egg roll.
You are a one-man development studio. Am I saying it correct? Goloso Games?
Yes.
And so, we mentioned Inspector Waffles is just one title that you've done. What led you to start developing games? What got you interested in this world?
Like I would say like every days I like to play games. That's probably the main to say the main thing that leads you to make games. Like you have to play games a lot, and that's how it started. And I wanted to do that for a very long time, and I started to work as a developer for other companies at video games because to be honest, when I started and I tried to apply to a video game company, and they asked me to work like a lot, and even in the interviews, they asked me, "You will be okay to work during night sometimes," and that's not what I wanted to do because I was 20 something, and I wanted to enjoy my life, and I was living in Paris at this time, so really I wanted to go out and do other stuff. So I had this idea for a very long time, and then after I don't know, like 7 years ago, so I decided that okay, there is Unity. It seems to be not so hard to make games, and so I decided as a hobby to make games and see what will happen. And at the beginning, Inspector Waffle was just a hobby, just a hobby. I have to say I didn't expect to have all of this journey. I thought I just would release a small game at some point, but after going to events and some stuff, I say, okay, now it's going to be serious. So that's how I make my first commercial game.
Well, we're excited to keep tabs not only on Inspector Waffles, which came out again in March. That's why it was one of the names of the month for March, but also everything that you're doing with Goloso Games. Jan, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, it's the first ever time we've had a chance to talk to the creator of the game while also giving away a copy of the game, and we'll do that later on in the show. Jan, thanks so much for taking time to join us on Gaming Morning Show.
Thank you.
That was a lot of fun. Great interview and a great chance to learn more about this game. Stick around. Coming up in a little bit, we are going to give away our name of the month, and we're going to do so in the 8 o'clock hour on Gaming Morning Show. So that was kind of fun. We had a chance to learn about the game that we're giving away and found out that Inspector Waffles does not yet, in fact, contain any waffles, but does contain quite a bit of Sherlock Holmes-esque mystery, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And they have waffles and pancakes, so I mean it's on brand. So this game seems to be a good fit for us.
So we are going to have the giveaway coming up later on in the show. Thanks to Jan for joining us on the show. And yeah, absolutely. There's the Twitch handle right there, Goloso Games. You can give them a follow as well and have a chance to find out more information about all the stuff that they're doing. Coming up in about an hour from now, we'll talk to Tom of Tom Thinks, who is a very talented Twitch streamer, does a lot of different content through Tom Thinks on Twitch, and we'll have that 5 questions GMS coming up in a little bit as well. I like that, Sean. We talked a lot about being able to have the interview and have that on there, talking to the developer. I think that went pretty well.
Yeah, I think that went really well, and hopefully we'll continue this pattern, and we'll just get more efficient and do it earlier and earlier in the month.
Yeah, and have a chance to spotlight some more of the games that we feature. All right, y'all, we got to say goodbye to Sean. Sean has to go do adulting type things and change the world and whatnot. So, whatever.
I'll miss you all.
All right, goodbye, Sean. Say goodbye to Sean. Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. And Sean is gone. All right, it's just Theo and me now. We can talk as much as we want about Sean, and you can tell us all the things that you dislike about Sean. I'm just kidding.
So glad he's gone.
All right. Yeah. No. Aw, and Copia's here to take Sean to work. That's so nice of you, Copia. You're just the best. Always taking Sean to work.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
It is. I mean, name a better romance than Copia and Sports Stock Gaming. I mean, I can't name one. Not at all. So you hadn't had a chance to really talk to one of our, guests before. But it's one thing that I really enjoy about the show is a chance to do the interviews and have an opportunity to learn about what makes people excited. And hearing Jan talk about just like that journey from, being a video game player to pursuing it as something that he had thought about and then actually executing it. And this is, again, not the only game Inspector Waffles that Jan has done. That was a really fun tale. I'm so curious about the stories behind people.
I love it. It's a tale. It's a tale of...
Yes. Yeah.
A tale of Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, someone who's just actually going for their goals and their dreams, and I mean, being a developer, it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience and a lot of detail work. So, yeah.
Well, Aura even mentioned that in the chat. Game devs is such a hard thing to do. So the fact that you can do that as a one-person shop too, Goloso Game is a one-man development company. That's really, really tough. So we'll give that away coming up at 8:45-ish probably today, 8:50-ish, right before our takeaways that are pretty okay. If you want to get involved, you can do so. Just go to !raffle, and if you're a Patreon subscriber or above, you can also get a second entry into that. I have a couple of things to promo, and then we're going to get back into words on stream. Good moron, engine number 9. It is good to see you today.
Top of the moron.
San Francisco State Alumni Association on Thursday is going to have a really cool event. This is a big deal that our friend Nintendo Nerds has been putting on kind of in the IRL realm. But they're doing like Among Us with the college president, right? As part of like this live stream to celebrate the 2021 year. There will be an exclusive interview with Darren Korb, who is the composer of the Hades soundtrack. They're going to have, like I said, the SFSU president playing Among Us with graduating students. They're going to have a tour of the Animal Crossing aquarium. So they have a whole bunch of cool stuff that's happening in like a streaming style, right? And that's coming up on Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific time. Go to SFSU Alumni on Twitter to find out more. And then on Saturday, our friends at the Streamers Lighthouse, and I'm going to shout out Copia, because Copia is here. And you're welcome to share any more details you want, Copia. This Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, virtual prom is happening on their channels. Enchantment Under the Sea. Isn't that great?
Oh my god.
Did you go to prom?
Yes, did you?
I went to many proms. It was incredibly popular, Theo.
Okay, you had it like that.
I'm just messing. In my high school being so stupid small, you go to prom every year. But I did get recruited to go to a prom elsewhere. So I did attend 5 proms in my time in school.
That's actually a lot of proms, man.
At least I didn't have to buy the dresses. I only had to rent the tux. So, I didn't have to worry about the damn dress.
That's very true.
There's a lot going on with that. But did you have fun? Was prom a memorable thing?
It was okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it wasn't like a headliner for me. Like, I didn't remember my prom forever. Let's put it that way. So.
No. And I went with the wrong, no. I wouldn't say the wrong. It just wasn't. It wasn't the, I was dating a guy at the time. I went with his group of friends. So I missed my group of friends.
Damn you, group of friends. You suck.
I know.
Okay? You could have made Theo's prom memorable.
I feel bad for all the kids who graduated in 2020 who didn't get a graduation or a prom. Now, my niece graduated in 2020, so that was a bummer.
Yeah, and like I've said to a lot of people, I mean, 20 years from now, it'll be a story, and it won't be that bad. But in the immediate, for sure, it's got to take a toll. If you miss graduation, if you miss your prom, and those kind of milestone events. Emo Kid Mark said the after prom was always the best. Oh, Mark, okay. All right. What kind of trouble were you getting into? It wasn't even your prom that you went to. There you go. Show us prom pics. I think this shows you how memorable my proms were. I don't even know if I have any of my prom pictures. So.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, you have to dig.
Yeah.
Well,
It'd be a deep cut. Deep cut.
Well, you have 5 sets of prom pictures. So.
Probably. Yeah, they're probably somewhere. I don't know. And then on May 8th, Kate Zaid is hosting a cosplay contest, Star Wars cosplay contest. Find more information. Top prize is $75. Shout out Kate Zaid on Twitch. That's May 8th at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. I am Ryan. That is Miss Theo. For those who have not met you, Theo, give us a little information about all of the things that you do. I did hear you ask, about it for an Inspector Egg Rolls, so I know that that's part of your life. But give me an idea of what you're into and what's on your mind right now.
Yeah, well, I feel like I was meant to come on this earth to help raise the vibration of humanity and this planet. So that is really what I'm all about, and that encompasses cooking, taking photos, doing video. I mean, that's what I do to survive. And then I'm a musician and a singer as well. So I just finished shooting my music video in Oahu, and I'm editing it right now. I'm hoping it'll be finished by June.
Have your fingers been bleeding from all the editing?
Sometimes you just gotta take a break because you're just in it for too long. So I just had to take a break.
Absolutely. Step away, come back.
Yes, but no fingers were harmed.
Speaking of fingers, we're going to play Words on Stream again. We are up to level 5, and if you haven't typed in finger, I would do it. Finger. F-I-N-G-E-R. Finger. Do it now. Type it. Somebody, please. Just type the word finger in chat. Come on. I can see it. F-I-N-G-E-R. Just type it. Please. Anybody. Yay! Copia did it! Woo!
I was waiting for her to do it.
If you haven't played this game, by the way, you can just type the answers in chat, or you can also download the app by scanning that QR code. Finger exclamation point. Theo is absolutely great. Like I said, we're going to have a meditation session coming up in the 8 o'clock break. Theo has also parked at every single parking spot at her local supermarket. So.
Okay, first of all, when you shared that story, I thought, oh, someone just spent the whole day like going in and out of every parking.
It was a 6-year project.
Oh my gosh.
How crazy and awesome is that? Like the level of stick-to-itness that it takes, let alone the attention to detail.
Years.
Yes.
6 years. First of all, I can't believe it took 6 years. Well,
so,
I guess how many times are you going there?
Well, that's my point. So I was thinking the closest grocery store to our place is a Safeway. And I look at that parking lot and I'm like, there's no way it would take me 6 years to park in every parking spot in that lot. But then I stop and think about it. I'm like, actually, it might. Because how many times do you go into the store? Maybe you go once or twice a week if you're on a regular pattern, if you're buying your stuff. I don't know. That'd be like at least, that's only 104 parking spots a year if you go twice a week.
Yeah.
And if there's 300 some parking spots, like that's a lot.
That's 3.
So.
Yeah, that's true. And are you waiting for someone to leave that particular spot? No, probably.
Kalaf is crushing it as well with this Words on Stream. Let's see who our leader is after level number 5, and that is the one, the only. So we got 9 of 15 words on that one. The leader is Copia with 68 stars.
Of course, not surprised.
Tiny Tabso 54 stars. Axe checks in with 46 stars as well. Podium position, but Kalaf is on the way. Some call Kalaf Claw. I call Kalaf. 21 stars, and on the verge of the podium. So,
Copia, I feel like Copia should go on Wheel of Fortune.
Ooh, Copia, can you get on Wheel of Fortune for us? That would be pretty awesome.
Okay, thanks. Yeah.
If you ever had a desire to go on a game show, what game show would you want to have been on?
Probably Price is Right. Because you just want to spin the wheel. Or Wheel of Fortune. Any wheel that I can spin, I'm down.
Theo's secret crush is wheels. Big fan of round.
Yeah, that's why I've been single for so long. I just have crushes on wheels.
Just haven't found the right wheel yet. Is it going to be a Michelin? Although I'm describing tires as opposed to wheels.
Yes, tires. Wheel-esque.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune is what Dr. Chick said, too. That would be a fun one. I think I'd be better. Well, no, I mean, Price is Right has a lot more just luck to it, so I guess you can't really be better other than trying to get on stage by doing the bidding, because you have to be able to get on stage by guessing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It was a lot of fun to attend, I'll tell you that much. Like, being able to be in the Price is Right studio and be part of that atmosphere and the whole, dog and pony show to get into the building, and the producer talking to every single person who goes through that line to try to find their contestants. It's a crazy process for sure. It's super fun.
What's your favorite game on Price is Right?
Oh, well, Plinko for sure. Plinko is awesome.
That's what I say. What is it? What is it about just watching it go?
I don't know. Well, and Sean, which by the way, as we look at the leaderboard, Kalaf was in second place behind Copia again. 44 stars. Copia, you are doing so well this morning. Copia is in fact correct. EJ got 18 stars. Dr. Chick hopped in with an 8-star performance. So it's Copia, Tiny Tabzo, and Axe atop the leaderboard. We'll play this for about 4 more minutes, and we'll get into sports this morning. Sean got his kids a mini Plinko for the holiday.
Oh my gosh.
It's got lights.
Okay. First of all, he sounds like the best dad ever. Okay. Like Oreo.
Yes.
Oh my. Like what? And then Plinko.
Sean, and it goes even beyond like all of those things, which make him an exceptional father. But yeah, Sean is the model dad for sure. So when I grow up and I decide to have kids, I want to be Sean. Yeah, that's one. And then the Yodeler was always one of my favorite games, where the Yodeler would go up. So you had to get the Yodeler up the mountain, but you couldn't guess like over, or else the Yodeler would fall off the front of the mountain. Yeah.
Yes.
That one was pretty good. Our friend who got on when we went played this game called That's Too Much, and had a situation where he had to try to explain what was happening to Bob Barker, and Bob kept asking him questions, and he wasn't answering the questions like wholeheartedly. He was doing more of a, oh, I don't know, maybe kind of thing, and Bob Barker kept calling him out. It's like, so he was like, hey, have you ever thought about being a Marine? And my friend was like, yeah, you know, maybe one time. And he's like, well, either you did or you didn't. Which one is it? And my friend was like, okay, no, I never did actually consider being a Marine. He's like, well, then you just have to be honest with me. Like it's the best thing ever, because Bob Barker is like being like straight up with my friend, and here he is, you know, not sure how to answer the questions because he was so nervous to be up on that stage.
Of course.
And so that was pretty cool. And then he ended up playing this That's Too Much, where you had to, whatever you were going to win, you had to say that's too much when it was the very first amount on the board that was more than what the actual prize cost. And so he was trying to go after this Buick. He had a chance to win a new car, you know, like everyone wants to on Price is Right. And the only person in our group of friends that was yelling to stop at the time that he was supposed to stop was our friend who was interning at a car dealership.
Oh.
The rest of us were yelling, "Keep going! That's not it! Keep going!" So he lost.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no! You know, it's pretty amazing though that you guys were able to play when Bob Barker was still hosting.
Yes. We were there. We happened to be there when they were doing the 30th anniversary. As we look at the scoreboard, Copia atop at 142 stars. Copia's just crushing it, running away. Can AJ and Tabso catch up? We'll see as we move on to the next level of words on stream. If you want to play, just start typing words that you see in chat. There is a fake letter, though, here in level number 12, so beware of the fake letter. We were there for the 30th anniversary, so we actually have signed stuff that's in the time capsule that they plan to open like on the 60th anniversary of the show or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it should be kind of cool. Wow. The fake letter is in there. Hockey, AJ got that correct, so it's only V that's fake. V is the fake letter. Watch out. Hofbrook jumped in, was disappointed in either me, us, or anyone in chat because we missed a chance to do a third wheel joke when you were talking about dating wheels. So, yeah, pretty disappointed in ourselves.
It's a missed opportunity for sure.
I'm sorry. Don't want to be a third wheel. So. Well, that's good. Do you have a favorite game on Price is Right?
It would be Plinko for sure.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so fun. I don't know.
Dr. Chick got Coke. Copia got Choke. Was auto-modded for it. And then still got through. Hockey. Hockey was the top. Have you ever been to a hockey game?
Yes.
Do you like hockey?
Once. I mean, like, I enjoy going to, like, live sports events just in general, like just for entertainment, but hockey, it's hard to sit there and just see the puck. Like it's just like it's hard. It's difficult. And then I'm like scared that the puck's gonna like fly into my face.
So
Well, we're sitting in the front. That's why.
so were you up against the glass when you went?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is one of the harder places to keep track of the puck, but you get an awesome,
Yeah.
perspective of the game. The best place, in my opinion, to sit at a hockey game, if you ever go back, is about 20 rows up, and it depends on the size of the arena. But if you're watching like an NHL game, if you went to a Kings or Ducks game, right, 20 rows up in the home team's attacking zone. So you're actually kind of on an end angle. So instead of being right on the side, be kind of out in the end of it. And if you're where the home team is attacking twice, because there's 3 periods, so they go one direction twice in the game, it is the most fun spot. And when you're 20 rows up, you get a little bit better idea of where the puck is, while also still getting that same like mix of sight and sound, which makes hockey such a fun event to attend in person.
That makes sense.
There's my advice for you.
Thank you. It's almost like watching a musical. I know it's same but different. But when you're sitting up close, it's cool because you're close, but then you don't really get to see the whole picture and the whole like vibe of the whole stage,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking of musicals, let's talk about the story. Copia is the leader right now as we take another break with Words on Stream. I am Ryan. Miss Theo is here, of course. It is Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. Stick around. In about 30 minutes from now, Tom from Tom Thinks will join us. We'll talk to the very talented live animator about his Twitch channel, which is Tom Thinks on Twitch. Lin-Manuel Miranda is making an animated musical movie. This is called Vivo, according to Rebecca Rubin of Variety. It's a family-friendly film. It's going to release in theaters on June 4th, but Sony, the studio that originally backed it, has instead offloaded the project to Netflix, so it's actually unclear when it'll debut on the streaming service, but Rubin's reporting that this is going to come out on Netflix. It had the rights in China. It still keeps that, so they'll release it in theaters there, but everywhere else is going to have it specifically on Netflix. Are you excited about an animated musical movie made by Lin-Manuel Miranda? Where'd you go?
Wait, can you hear me?
Now I can. That was really weird. It was just like nothing but silence. It was like you got noise gated by your microphone. That's weird.
That weird.
But yeah, we can hear you great now.
Okay, awesome. Low last checkpoint. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, what was the question again?
Are you excited about the musical?
I mean, sure. I mean, he's been putting up a lot of stuff. I think he worked on Moana too. Didn't he do Moana?
Yeah, he had a lot of the music direction for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the music from Moana. So, yeah, I'm down.
Did you get all crazy about Hamilton?
So it's funny that you asked that because I literally just thought about it the other day because everyone just loved it so much, and I think maybe because I watched it after the hype, and I honestly only watched like 10 minutes of it, and I had to stop. Not I know I feel like I'm gonna get hate for that, but
That's
if
okay.
I watched it, I think if I watched it without the hype, I would have been more into it, and maybe if at another time I'll give it another shot. But
not your cup of tea as it stands right now.
yeah.
Okay. I did enjoy Hamilton for like just the musical production of it. I found it quite intriguing. I loved the rotating stage, which had some really fun uses of it, especially later on with like the number satisfied, which was pretty cool. From a storyline standpoint, obviously there's some problematic things with Hamilton that I don't appreciate, but as far as like just the straight up musical side of it,
Totally.
I enjoyed it. And this is also a difference too, is I'm not musically inclined, so anything that anyone does musical related, I'm pretty into, because I'm just like, wow, you're super talented and I can't do that. So I like that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And I probably would have wanted to watch it live too.
Yes.
It was like, on Disney Plus or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way that they did it on Disney Plus was like that best case scenario, but it still doesn't replace the opportunity to see it in person, which would have been
Exactly.
DRG is here. Hello, all. Hope you are all well. Likewise to you, DRG. Thanks for stopping by this edition of Gaming Morning Show. I'm out of coffee.
Can we talk about? Okay, Jan is from France, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, that's so awesome. I just love like that. There's an international community that we're all connected to.
Yeah, it is neat to see everyone join us. I mean, even DRG checking in from overseas as well.
Yeah, where's everybody from?
Yeah, that's true. If you haven't introduced yourself to Theo or you haven't made it known, let us know exactly where you're watching from this morning. I'm going to give you some sports headlines, and then we're going to get to our break and come back. Next hour, Tom from Tom Thinks is here. We also just re-shared the information for Inspector Waffles, which was our name of the month for the month of March. You can go to Goloso Games on Twitter to find more information, and we will give away a copy of Inspector Waffles coming up in the final parts of the show next hour, so be sure to check that out. In your sports headlines, Major League Baseball considering some expansion fees. It'd be in the realm of $2 billion for new expansion franchises. $95 million was the last price tag paid in the 90s for Colorado and Miami when they joined the league in 93, and then $130 for Arizona and Tampa Bay back in 1998. NHL still trying to figure out what to do because they have, quote, wildly unpredictable, unquote, COVID-related issues. The commissioner saying on Tuesday the situation was, in fact, wildly unpredictable. According to the Associated Press, they are trying to figure out if virus restrictions in Canada will prevent travel between the U.S. and Canada for the playoffs. The NCAA has extended the contract of Mark Emmert, the president, for 2 years through 2025. The All England Club says there will be play on Wimbledon's, quote, middle, unquote. I don't know what that means, but it'll start in 2022. That is a significant break in tradition for the grass court Grand Slam tournament. There only has been play on the middle Sunday in the past when rain created a backlog of matches. What does that mean? Because is it not a grass court if they play in the middle? I have no clue specifically what that means. So if you want to let me know, chat, I will gladly take some information. But that's a story from the Associated Press. And last but not least, Europe's most successful women's soccer team has hired a woman as its coach for the first time, with Lions' appointment of Sonia Bompastor to replace Jean-Luc Vasseur. The 7-time European champion on Tuesday parted ways with Vasseur after the team recently was knocked out of the Women's Champions League at the quarterfinal stage. Forgive me if I said Vasseur wrong. I tried my best. That is also from the Associated Press. There you go. There's your sports.
Sports.
Look. You have all your answers coming through. Norwich for DRG. Sacramento for engine number 9.
Sacto.
Aura is from Hull, which is, I believe, home to the best soccer team in all the land, which is the Hull City Tigers. So, if you're not up the Tigers, I'm not up with you. So, what now?
Okay. Got some Pacific Northwest action. Seattle. Nice.
Middle is the mid-tournament day of rest. It's not referring to a place. It's referring to a break. I thought the middle was like a stadium with maybe like a clay court or something weird, right? I get it now. Makes sense. Did I say Norwich wrong? Or is Hull not where Hull City is? Either way, I'd believe you.
I just thought you knew all this, all these facts.
Nope. The only thing that happened was when I was trying to get a premier team, an EPL team, back in the mid-2010s. I think it was 2012, 2013. I picked Hull City on a whim, and then it turns out that Copia and Aura are fans of the Hull City Tigers, so I've resumed my fanhood with that franchise, even though apparently they're not very good right now. So, yeah. You're loving this, aren't you? You're loving all these people checking us out from all over the place.
Cool to see where beautiful town of Kings Lynn. I mean, these all sound like magical places. Well, I mean, except for Sacramento. Sorry.
Whoa, engine number 9. I'm so sorry.
No. Not hating on Sacktown. I'm just saying, come on, Kings Lynn.
Oh, you're saying
Norwich.
Sacramento doesn't sound. Yeah, I got you.
Fantastical.
Kingsland is not magical. Copia wants saving. We will help you. Not just soccer, but best rugby team, Hull KR. Look at that. Hull City, Maine is amazing ability to cheer when losing.
It's not a good place. Oh, no.
Oh, no. All right,
I feel like we do need to save you.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back with Tom Thinks coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. Our giveaway for Name of the Month happening as well. That is Theo. I am Ryan. Be sure to check out Theo. Please follow Theo on Instagram. You can find Theo's stuff at I am Miss Theo on Instagram. Does an amazing job and makes us jealous of your trip to Hawaii. You're very good at that. We'll be back. More on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. It is Gaming Morning Show on Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. Stick around. We'll be right back.
And over backward and over again. I'm jumping rules, so you don't have to. Making you smile.
Tonight, on I Guess We'll Never Know, we go inside the unsolved case of a sibling rivalry. A misunderstanding between brother and sister that led to destruction.
Mom, have you seen my Furby?
What started as a practical joke turned deadly.
Copia said, my sister tried to convince me that it was based on a witch in the woods near my house. I pulled her Furby in response.
It was premeditated. Turns out, it was third-degree murder.
The eyes and beak melted slightly.
A special GMS event. Furbicide in the forest. Only one Furby was harmed in the making of this promo. Or was it?
The truth is,
You can't kill a Furby.
It's behind you!
Too many takers, not in the heat. I let you lose it. Cover your bruises. So if we get tomorrow, mind. Against my promise, but I don't let mine go out of my sight. But still, sometimes I waver, but I promise I keep up. I keep moving, this ain't over until goodbye. I miss the darkness to see a shimmer of cold light of come to the sky and soar above. Oh, hi, goodbye. I miss the darkness to see a shimmer of cold light of come to the sky and soar above. Oh, hi. I hope you're ready for bars. Lost direction and I got no pole star. Was fighting alone, yeah, I got these scars. Was going to episode, darkness game over.
Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, we play 5 questions and GMS, Morning Gaming Renews. Get ready for your takeaways that were pretty okay. And the clip of the day. Time for hour number 3. Right now.
Morning Gamer! Gaming Morning Show continues. It is Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. Theo and Ryan with you. It is great to see your shining faces. Oh my gosh! I just realized I completely blew into the 8 o'clock break and I didn't do the meditation break. I failed you, chat. I failed you, Theo.
Don't worry. They were having a great conversation over here about, you know, where they're all from and stuff. Don't even worry about it. I just figured I was like, oh, he's probably busy doing some other stuff, so I'll just chill.
I just went straight into autopilot. Holy cow. That's weird, but it happens a lot, to be honest, in radio, where you just do something so habitually, and I just straight out.
No,
so
all good. Next time.
It didn't help either that my wife scared me because the garage door, every time it opens, just terrifies me. It's like, so that didn't help either. So, Kopi is asking for 2 next week. What we could do is Theo could be there at the top of the 7 o'clock hour and be in the break, and then we'll do it at 8 o'clock. We could make that happen. So
I definitely could.
I am Ryan. That is Theo. As I mentioned again, follow Theo. I am Theo on Instagram. Tom Thinks coming up in less than 15 minutes from now. Kiki Lowe has checked in. Good moron, Kiki Lowe.
Top of the moron.
Chat FM has been here. Aura's been here for the majority of the show. Kajito is here.
Top of the moron.
It's good to see you. Although I think, didn't you say food moron? We've blended our most recent greetings. We had Kate Zaid come in here, Theo, and say food morning instead of good morning. And we had Dr. Chick with the famous good moron, which is where the whole top of the moron thing came to begin with. Now we're mixing them. We have food moron, which is not a bad deal for a morning show because we like to know what people are eating for breakfast. So that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, what do people eat for breakfast? What's your like? Oh, I know you like Pop-Tarts, but don't tell me you have Pop-Tarts for breakfast every morning.
I know. I have Pop-Tarts in spurts, and then I make sure to not buy Pop-Tarts because then I don't eat Pop-Tarts. My favorite thing to eat for breakfast, if I cook, is eggs. I love anything with eggs. Egg sandwich, basted eggs with bacon or just eggs by themselves, whatever. But I don't cook that often in the morning, so if that's not the case, it's bread with peanut butter and bananas. I pretty much eat like a 5-year-old. So, not ashamed to say.
Hence the Pop-Tarts.
Excuse me, Pop-Tarts are, as Kellogg's would tell you,
I like Pop-Tarts.
part of a balanced breakfast. So, get your sugar intake. So,
just put that on like any box, any food packaging. Balanced diet. Totally.
Of course, Mike's checking in. Probably still from the Dunkin' parking lot.
Get your Dunkin' coffee.
No one's ever
Where
heard
you
of
been, Mike? Where you been?
How do I say good morning in Swedish?
Yeah, how do you say
I'd
that?
be interested in that. Let's give some shout outs this morning. We, like I said, have had a lot of folks who've been hanging out with us most of the morning. Big thanks again to Aura for the host this morning on Twitch. Kopi has been here quite a bit as well. Check out Kopia's stream as often as you can. I don't have a shout out for Mark, but that Emo Kid Mark is also a streamer. Twitch.tv/Emo Kid Mark. I'll build one for you, Mark, so that I have that for the future. Load That's Checkpoint has been hanging out with us quite a bit this morning as well. You can catch the next episode of the final Checkpoint podcast on Mondays or Tuesdays each week. And then AJ, of course, one of our favorites here and streaming at The Real AJ Storm on Twitch occasionally. It should be a lot of fun. Dr. Chick said, I was late for work, had to put on GMS while I was getting ready, and I didn't have my glasses on, and I wanted to say good morning instead of good morning. Likely story. Likely story. Either way, the best thing that happened was you didn't, and so now we have
Good moron.
So, not bad. Christian Yee is checked in.
Morning to the final hour crew.
So we do have the final hour crew in the house. Okay.
You know what? I'm missing Miss Lady K though. Where's she at today? Where's she at this morning?
Paging Lady K. Our friend Miss Theo would
Yes.
like to see you in chat.
My
please.
my other spiritual sister.
All right. Axe said we actually say something similar to good moron, although it is spelled good Morgon, but the G in Morgon is silent. So it basically comes out to be
top of the moron.
Works for me. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Let's play some more words on stream. We're continuing our game up to level 15. Copia has a significant lead. If you would like to jump in, we would love that as well. And then we'll get into our interview with Tom as well. Copia 178 stars. AJ had 81 stars, and Dr. Chick is rocking 72 as we move to level 15. Keep in mind that there is likely a fake and hidden letter now, so watch out for that too.
Dun, dun.
Oh, she has a course for the next 2 weeks. That's why Lady K's not here this morning. So sad. So sad.
Well, good for her getting her education on.
Lady
Get it, girl.
K, come back.
Is that a new song?
Sure. Lady K, come back. I was
For
a
some
fool
reason.
for you.
Yeah.
That
For
was
some reason, when you started singing, it made me think of, remember that song Lady in Red?
yes, and here's why. We have a good friend of
Yes.
the show. Lady Undead is a
Oh my
streamer
God.
on Twitch. And
Amazing.
remind me, is Lady Undead married, or is it just a relationship? Either way, it doesn't really matter. Significant other is Sabaton Queen, and so every time that I hear Lady Undead's name, my brain goes Lady Undead, right? And then Sabby Queen was specifically Sabaton Queen on Twitch for a long time. Has since changed the name. But all I could hear was Sabaton Queen. I've been, and I don't know the rest of the words, but I think it's like was it a George Michael song?
Oh, you mean Caribbean Queen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, or I thought it was like Caribou Queen. So what do I know?
Wait. Caribbean. I'm not sure.
Now you're mixing the songs. You're doing Lady Undead or Lady.
Wait. Da, 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 da. Right? I don't know.
I'm looking at it. This is
So when I was younger, we used to have like a record player, and that song they just spin Lady in Red. But then in my head, as a kid, I thought it was Lady in Bread. So I imagined a guy slow dancing with a woman between two slices of white bread.
Oh my gosh! It is Caribbean Queen.
Oh,
Caribbean Queen, now we're sharing the same dream.
Wow.
And our hearts, they beat as one. No more love on the run. Oh,
right.
we lost. We lost
sorry.
the game. Good job, Copia. You win. All right, back to us.
But I know. Like, what's new? Copia wins again. Okay, what's new?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it is Caribbean Queen, which, by the way, a very popular song by Prince is Raspberry Beret.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my mid-30s. It was within like the last 2 years that I finally understood that that's what Prince was singing, was Raspberry Beret.
What do you think it was?
I have no clue, but it wasn't that. Not even close. Because isn't like the line like, she wore a raspberry beret, right? No clue that that's what it was. And I couldn't believe that that's what that song title was. So Caribbean Queen, me thinking it was Caribou Queen, I'm not surprised in any way, shape, or form.
You know, I mean, it could be anything.
But yes, to answer your question, I definitely know Lady in Red. That's how we got to this point.
Bring it back. I have to say I was impressed by your singing. That was the most in tune I think I've ever heard you sing.
That's coming, guys. That's coming from Miss Theo, who's a professional singer. She complimented my singing. Should I sing more, chat?
Yeah.
Hey, chat. What's better, my singing or my impression of a dolphin?
Wait, I haven't seen that one yet, so you got to show that one to me first. I think. Wait, do that again.
Ready? This is my impression of a dolphin.
Okay, you know what's funny? It's like you're cutting out. So,
I'm getting noise gated for Discord.
so all I hear is.
That's exactly how dolphins sound, right? Gonzo Gump is here.
Hello, FHC.
Final hour crew member. Yes, exclamation point raffle. We're going to give away after our interview with Tom
Oh
Thinks.
my
We're going to
gosh.
play 5 questions here in just a second. 8:16 on the West Coast, 11:16 on the East, 4:16 in the UK. We'll do that giveaway coming up later. Mike said no singing. I disagree. Circle gets the square. Chris M.E. Prince went on Sesame Street and performed it as Raspberry Sorbet. No, I wasn't. I didn't think it had. I didn't hear raspberry. I had no clue what it was.
And also, why is raspberry spelled raspberry? You know,
Right.
why is there a P in raspberry?
The
Is it-
mysteries
wow.
of this world. I thought you were doing the opening of Down with the Sickness. Wah! Which always happens when someone says something about being sick. I always say, oh, so you're
Okay.
down with the sickness? Wah!
Like, thank you, Noise Gate.
It's probably... Yeah. Oh, we did karaoke the other day, by the way.
Oh, you did?
For work, I had to buy a small PA speaker. Like, they're very easy to get nowadays, like, because they're Bluetooth speakers, so people use them for music and whatnot. But I had to buy one for work, and so I brought it home in between uses because we have to use it this weekend as well. And I let my kids sing karaoke with it. And
Oh, okay,
I
that's
love singing karaoke. So if we ever have a chance to do an in-person event where GMS hosts a karaoke event, it will happen for sure.
That is so funny because I really dislike karaoke.
But I think that makes sense because I've heard from others who are really good singers that karaoke can be super cringy because people are trying to be really good singers. I just do it because I can't sing, so it's fun just to perform, I think.
You're
is the bottom line.
right. No, I think people just like to, pick up a microphone and sing and make noise, and that's great and all. But I need to be drunk. I need to have a lot of drinks to sit through that. And I that's what I used to do for work was I used to take clients out to karaoke bars and we just eat and drink and sing, and your ears after a while is just like
I did have one absolute disaster. In my car, if I'm listening to Boom Boom Shake the Room from Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff, I feel like I can do that song 98% correctly routinely. I
Oh
tried
my
to do
goodness.
it one time in karaoke and struggled so hard. It was like the low point of my karaoke career. But I am not deterred. I will be back. I will try it again at some point in the future.
what was it, stage fright?
No, I thought I could do all the words, and apparently maybe it was the combination of actually having a monitor with the words on it that screwed me up. I just probably needed to do it from memory as
No,
opposed to the
totally.
other part.
Yeah, to feel it, you just had to feel it instead
It's
of
in my bones.
Yep,
So.
yep. I get it.
Nintendo said not the drunk part, the people having to have fun, not taking it seriously. Maybe it was
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Nintendo, because I know that you're a good performer too. So maybe that was where I remember hearing that. And I totally get it, no matter kind of what area on the spectrum you are. If it's there's somewhere in the range, it just has to be fun, right? And I think that that's
Yes.
what I would want to do. Which Chris says rips Twitch Sings. That's what you did so well, Chris. And I'm sorry that I missed this era. Twitch Sings shut down, Theo. It was like a karaoke thing that you could do on Twitch. But because of all the licensing with DMCA and stuff, they had to shut it down. But Chris was hosting that every week or every 2 weeks, and it would have been a lot of fun. I would have totally participated and made people like Look It's Mike O turn me off because I was singing too loud. It is now 8:19. We got to get into 5 questions GMS. We play this game in the 8 o'clock hour quite a bit, and our guest today is Tom Thinks. We had to pre-record this one. So we're going to play that back. Had a chance to play with Tom. If you don't know about Tom, these are some of the things that Tom does. Has a whole bunch of pages, including, it's Tom Thinks on Twitch, but then has a lot of characters. He does a show called Cartoon Mess Live, Borb Paints, Ducking Cool. Really cool and innovative with the way that Tom approaches things. So let's get into that. And then after we're done with Tom, we will give away a copy of Inspector Waffles. Inspector Waffles, which is our name of the month for the month of March. It's all ahead on this edition of Gaming Morning Show. Gaming Morning Show continues as we get set to play 5 questions. We are thankful to have Tom from Tom Thinks on Twitch, on Twitter. You can find Tom doing a whole bunch of shows, a whole bunch of content. And we appreciate taking the time to join us today on Gaming Morning Show. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, good morning to you all. Feeling good this morning.
Really, really early, right? You know, early to rise, early to bed, something like that.
Super early.
Crazy how early things can get.
Early bird gets the worm, or the
Something like that.
That's tequila? No, not tequila.
I think I got
Yeah.
it. No, this is scotch. So
And it's
not
delicious.
morning where I am.
You don't put a worm in there, so we're good.
That's how worms are raised, I think, in Scotch.
Also, in case you care, Duck is in attendance as well. Duck, are you there? I'm picking this up. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Duck,
Hi.
you're loud and clear. How are you doing this morning, Duck?
I feel good. I feel great. Good
You've
to be talking with you.
You've been in the Scotch, haven't you? That's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duck, lay off. Come on.
Well, you're
Duck
gonna
lives
play.
in Scotch.
You're gonna play a game called 5 Questions, which will be a lot of fun. But before we get into the main reason you're here, we want to know more about your stream. Like I said, Tom Thinks is where you can find you on Twitter. There's a whole bunch of shows that you're doing all over the place. Give us an idea if someone tunes into any of your content. What are some of the things they can expect?
Well, it's a little bit hard to talk about it, honestly, but I'll try. And what it is we have a channel that has multiple shows on it, and they're all live animated content. So it's usually me with some kind of animation, and we interact and goof off. We've got Painting with Borb, where Borb paints portraits of viewers that submit photos through our Discord. We've got Cartoon Mess Live with Duck, where it's like a improv animation cartoon show thing. And then we've got with the Wishing Well, where you get your fortune told. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of live animation's not really a common thing. So we're trying to make it a little more common, I guess. But yeah, and it's I might differentiate it between I'm not using face rigs or automated audio tracking stuff. It's all manual puppetry, which is a little bit different than some of the VTuber and face rig stuff. But yeah.
Well, and like I said, streaming on Twitch, you have all these different characters and things that you do, and the uniqueness is definitely there. When Mike threw you my way and was like, you got to check this person out. Everybody that we've had check your channel out because of Mike, been super impressed, and obviously it extends beyond just the channel. Now Twitch is going to collab with you. Describe your partnership, the thing that you're doing with Twitch.
Yeah, so last fall, I can't remember when exactly, but Twitch reached out to me directly about an opportunity to design a character and then perform the character as well for video content related to promotion they wanted to put together. And it's called the Fairy Mod Mother, and it's a little fairy character that visits channels and gives bits and subs to kind of just help streamers out and help support streamers and stuff. Yeah, so it was fun. It was a fun project. It's very unusual, and but the team, they just kind of let me do what I wanted to do. It went really smoothly, really. So yeah, it's been a blast.
That's amazing. That's really, really cool. I don't know. I know you mentioned your puppetry. That's kind of like puppetry. We have puppets. Our puppets here. Let me find them.
What? Who's this? Who you got there?
We had a viewer, one of our regulars, actually create puppets for us. So he created these puppets of us. So it's the bother. It's like it's a video on YouTube.
Stick.
So yeah, or paint stick.
We're big boys now, so we're using paint sticks.
What have you?
Yeah, we're men of principle here. But I wanted to ask. So Ryan mentioned that I'm kind of the one that I don't want to say badgered, but I was like, yo, y'all need to see. Like, this guy is hilarious. Like, I love your streams. I caught you last night before bed. And it was a great wind down today while I was at work. It's fantastic. I'm curious, where did these guys come from? Where did Duck come from? Where did Borb the painting gourd come from? And what made you want to bring this to Twitch?
Well, surprisingly, the show you may haven't seen it. You might not have seen it, but the Well Wishing Wishing Well was kind of one of the earliest shows that we were experimenting with. And when I say we, I mean my wife and I. We used to perform that one together. At first I was the frog and my wife was the well. And but anyways, what a couple years later, so this was on like this app that kind of didn't take off, but it was a streaming app that my friends were making. We were doing beta testing and thought, oh, it'd be cool to do some live animation by filming my screen. So I literally had like this setup pointed at my monitor while I made, cartoons talk to people. And then I took a little bit of time trying to do it on Facebook because my friends were there. It was like this captive audience, right? But then someone suggested Twitch. And at first I made a puppet of myself, like an avatar of me. And I got kind of like stagnated with it where I felt like, man, I need to make like a character that's not me, so I can pretend and be different. So then I made Duck, and I'm pretty sure I just drew Duck like on a whim. And I was like, yeah, that'll work. And then put it together. And then all of a sudden I'm being actually really me, but with a duck instead of it being visually me. And so Duck has a little bit of a history in my psyche, I would say, of like, I showed it to some people I grew up with, and they were like, hey, you used to draw a duck in like 4th grade. I remember you drew a duck and people thought it was great, and everyone was laughing, wanted you to draw it for them, and I have no memory of this, but they said I was drawing ducks back then too. But so there might be something deep in here. But Borb was a little bit more of a. I came up with a technology or a feature, I would call it, with the system I've been coding. And it was the, painting in time and making this wiggly painting thing. And that was an accident. I was making a animation tool, like something to demonstrate how animation is made, like a frame by frame drawing thing. And I was drawing on it when it was playing, and it worked. I was like, what? It should break everything. But it was like, no, I'm just drawing, and it's capturing all the stuff, and it's wiggling, and I was just like, I need to make a character that's sitting there doing all this with a brush. So it was like, it was an accident at first, a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. And then I thought, well, it should be something friendly, something kind of round and big and kind. And I did a couple tests, and my wife hated them. And then I finally settled on this kind of timid character called Borb, as you know. So yeah, I mean,
what's more inviting than a gourd? So
yes.
Well, some of the best things happen by accident. We make accidents every single day on the show. So
that's like our motto.
So what we'll try to do is get through a whole 5 question segment without making one. We'll see what happens. Let's play 5 questions GMS with Tom of Tom Thinks right now on Gaming Morning Show. The pressure gets really amped up at this point. Like, I hope you're dripping some sweat. That's always important for effect.
All right, Doug, are you ready? You ready, Doug? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm here to support you, Tom.
It's a GMS first. We've never had a tag team
That's true.
match
That's
in
true.
5 questions. So
I don't mean to throw a wrench in your plans with Duck here, but yeah.
Well, the first thing that we have for you is this is a question regarding something that you seem to know a lot about, and you talked about how you kind of got everything started with the animations that you do, the live animations. You said that you know more about live editing because you did put a question mark at the end of it, so I'll be true to your answer.
Well, I've been kind of holding back a little bit here, but I've got a whole setup here, and I'm trying to do it in the moment. This kind of thing. Timing.
It's like playing the
cameras.
piano.
Yes, it is.
It's beautiful.
Piano-like.
It really is. You're doing the symphony.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't ready for this camera, Tom.
So the question is specifically, when did you know you were pretty good at live editing?
Oh. Well, getting into the flow of live streaming, as you all, I assume, would know, is a slow technical torture time. and like you got cameras not working all the time, or your sound is out of sync, or the white balance is weird. Why is it weird again? I said it before. Why did it change? You know, like, so it took a lot of time. But what happened was I got this cool X Keys USB little controller here. And I mean, I also have a Stream Deck. So I've got buttons galore here.
Hold that closer to your
tons of
face.
buttons.
Can you reach it closer to your face?
Oh, sorry. I could even also switch cameras
Yeah,
here
look at
to,
that. Look at that. Duck
Look at
Wild.
that setup.
Look at all these buttons. Buttons. Let me. Wait. I can pull these higher. Pull them closer to my face.
He's hugging his buttons. He likes the buttons.
The cords. They're too short. But these. So getting these controllers and using OBS, and I use vMix, which is a production software thing. I wanted to, well, how many cameras can I have? Well, right now I have 3, which is pushing it on a system that isn't crazy expensive, you know. But so I don't know. It was just kind of experimenting, but I do have a strong like muscle memory, brain connection, hand-eye coordination thing, and that's what puppetry is about, right? I mean, it's about connecting with your hand and knowing exactly where it is and what it's doing. So buttons, it's kind of a jam. Yeah.
Ding ding ding. Sounds like
Gradual.
it's correct. You're 1 for 1 on 5 questions.
Nice.
GMS. Nice work.
Nice work. So we got question number 2, and I'll bring that.
Yeah.
To you. So we asked you your favorite material, possession, or brand, and you said your sketchbooks.
Yeah.
All right, so this question's tricky. How much sketching should a sketcher sketch if a sketch pad had sketching space?
Trying to think of a witty answer. All the livelong day. I don't know. That seemed to roll off the tongue. And sounded
Judges.
Correct.
Hey, there you go.
Nice. And we have a bonus point opportunity
Whoa.
here.
Yeah.
For a bonus point,
Whoa.
would you show us your latest sketch?
Yeah, I'd love to. I actually already brought it out of my pocket. So I keep this sketchbook. So for the last 20, well, almost 20 years. Let's see here. What, 15? So 15 years. I've kept a sketchbook such as this in my pocket. It's always there, ready to receive my thoughts. So let's go to the last page here. Let me make sure. Let me screen this really quick.
By the
make
way,
sure it's
the
not
way that
just
you
like
pulled
me
that
writing
out,
my address.
it looked like a magic
So-
trick. Mike would have been proud of your magic.
It was.
All right.
Poof.
I've got a drum roll. It's
Wow.
I think it's actually a self-portrait here on the left here.
That's really
or,
cool.
Or right or whatever it is. I've been doing a lot of blind contour drawings. Let me see here. Here's one of my mods, Pompty here.
Hi, Ponzi.
And I like that one. It's got an intensity to it.
Looks angry.
But sketchbooks, they're little archives of thought and art, and I've got a whole box full of them. And I love. So in the beginning of them, I always marked start date, end date, and then it's like a little memory bank, you know, like a photo album, but
Very cool. So we're at what, 3 out of 2?
I don't know. We're not
Right?
Well, I guess actually we
we're
are a math major.
something
Sean's
like
a math
that. I don't
major.
know.
I always
I'm
say
killing
that.
this, Doug. I'm killing it. You're killing it, buddy. I'm rooting for you. Go, 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 go.
Nice to have a cheerleader. Speaking of your characters, we mentioned that Twitch and you have collabed to make the voice of the fairy mod mother. I apologize. If you had the chance to have a wish be granted, what would you wish for?
Fairy Mod Mother, I would like to wish that I could keep my focus exactly the same forever. That would be, yeah, because as you grow as a streamer, your focus is in demand because more people, more chats, more alerts, more everything. You have to adapt, and maintaining your focus to be able to do what you do best. That's the hard part, I think, you know. Keeping up with
Awesome.
not
You
getting too distracted.
are a
yeah.
genius.
Personally,
likes you.
I would have said a red yo-yo, but I mean, I guess the focus works.
Mike always wanted a red yo-yo.
I've got a red trumpet.
It's almost the same.
Close,
thing.
very close.
At least we're all musicians. I mean, Sean
If you
plays
drop
guitar.
it, does it come back up? It's just
We will link, by the way.
worst yo-yo ever.
We'll link to the Fairy Mod Mother for sure, so everyone can check that out on Twitch and check out the work that you've been doing with them. You're like somewhere between 3 and 4 of 4 or 5. I know math is tough for me, but question number 4, I do know because it's right in front of me. Of the categories you gave us, that we gave you, that you gave back to us, we said, hey, which one are you most knowledgeable about? And you said art. So here's your art question. Who created the Spy vs. Spy silent comic strip? Was it Hy Eisman, Aaron Magruder, or Antonio Prohys?
Oh man, I'm terrible at historical facts.
You're not.
Well,
like
that's
us.
that's okay. How do you feel about San Antonio?
Well, but here I'm gonna answer, but I'll tell you my process about it.
Okay, gotcha.
So I hear each, ABC basically, or 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 are really sticking out to me, but I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. I'm gonna go with number 1, the first name.
Now you're suggesting Hy Eastman, but I think Mike's kind of got a point. Like, have you ever traveled to San Antonio?
And unrelated to that, one thing I know for sure is if you create a comic like this, he must be a real pro.
Yeah, a pro. Not like a low pro, but like a pro high. Like
I know that you're trying to give me a hint, and it doesn't work on me because I am a fool.
It's almost like
when it comes to
hints. Can we have a GMS quick aside? Tom, just don't listen for Mike. What's your favorite number? Is it 1, 2, or 3? I forget which one.
I'm actually not listening. I can't hear anything.
I do like 3 a lot. It's really good. 3's great.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. It was 3.
I'm okay with getting one wrong. I'm okay.
I mean, we don't use Bob's buzzer very often. I mean, that would kind of fit things on both sides.
Does Bob know what a buzzer is?
You might have
Bob,
to blow the dust off of it.
do you know what a buzzer is? Yeah, Bob can do a buzzer. He said. So here, I got an idea. Put Duck on screen. Let Duck answer the question.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. And then that doesn't count. Duck, what do you think?
3.
Hey!
Ding, ding, ding.
What?
Correct.
Duck, you're a genius.
Can you believe, Duck, that Tom thought it was 1? How crazy was that?
I gotta do a victory dance. Da 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 da. That was fun.
I think you're like 17
feel
for
all the
5.
glory, gosh.
17
Duck.
I don't know.
This is my interview. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to make you stay in like that. This is my interview. Why you gotta steal the show?
Jeez,
You're just jealous.
Duck.
Maybe I am.
Question 5.
So for the last question,
Yeah.
we asked you a place you have not traveled that you would love to go, and you said the Southwest Desert.
Yes.
According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the Sonoran Desert receives more rainfall than any other desert, which is approximately how much average inches per year? Is it less than 8 inches, 8 to 15 inches, or 15 to 25 inches?
The cough one.
The cough one.
The one that the hint fell.
Yes.
The middle one. I don't know.
Oh, so 8 to 15 inches.
Yes.
Judges?
Well, great.
Yes.
Bob's really
good job.
eager.
Thank you, Bob.
I'm a genius. Duck, in your face.
You are
duck.
a genius.
You silly duck. I got you.
6 out of 5, I think.
You didn't get me.
Bob wants to trick Duck, actually. Hey, Duck.
Duck, you want?
Bob has something to tell you. Bob wants to make you feel like you're a genius. You ready?
That was incorrect still.
Oh, Bob, that's vicious.
What?
Poor Duck.
That was not nice, Bob.
I can't handle this. Okay, I'm out of here.
Oh
Duck
my
can't
gosh.
handle it. He can't handle being told he's wrong.
Official
But I can.
score was amazing. I mean, off the charts. It's probably the first 5 questions where I actually don't even remember how many questions we asked. So that was the best part. It just flew by. So
Well,
there you go.
It's funny. I
A+.
relate. I relate with that because when you started to ask me the first couple questions, I was like, "Oh, I don't even remember what I said." Like, so it was like a surprise all over again. I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, art."
We're like a live version of a Twitter account. I mean, who remembers what they said in Twitter like 4 years ago? So
That's not false.
You're great, Tom. Again, thank you, Mike, for putting us in touch with Tom. If someone wants to find you, watch some of the stuff you're building, what's the best way to do so?
On Twitch, Tom Thinks. Like, here I can write it down if visuals help more. Tom Thinks, and that is not my name. Just in case people wonder, like, oh, it's Tom Thinks. No, that's just a moniker. But
So don't
Tom
call you
Thinks,
like Mr. Thinks. That wouldn't be a good thing.
Well, the funniest thing I heard a friend of mine's wife who didn't know me, but followed my work online on Instagram, thought my name was Tom T. Hinks.
Mr. Hinks was my father.
Which I thought it was hilarious.
That's Tom Hanks' stunt double from
Tom T. Hinks.
from Chiz versus the Volcano.
Oh my gosh. Tom, thanks so much. We appreciate your time joining us on GMS this morning. It was a lot of fun.
It was super fun. Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me.
Tom.
Thanks for coming.
All right. Bye-bye.
I think your microphone might be off.
Microphone's muted, Mike. Your microphone's muted.
Maybe
Tom,
maybe your ears aren't working.
Tom, thank you so much for doing that. I was saying 5 questions is my absolute favorite game that I used to do on the radio, and to bring that to this audience is muted, super Mike. Awesome. Wow, now I can hear myself. Yeah, imagine. Could you imagine Mike's mic being muted? That'd be just silly. One more shout out to Tom, and yeah, absolutely, Tom. You're welcome back anytime. You can see Duck, you can see Borb, who did not make an appearance on this edition of 5 Questions GMS, and like I said, we'll throw it on our YouTube page as well. That was what my favorite part of that ended up being. Okay, one of my favorite parts was how our fictional character Bob was talking to Tom's fictional character Duck. And they ended up basically having their own conversation aside from all of us. So that was hilarious to me.
So fun and so cool. I'm like, so is Tom like pressing buttons?
That's the point. Like, so he is mentioning that was what was neat was it all was accident, right? Built this tool for purpose A. It ended up moving and reacting in real time to all the stuff that he was doing. And
That's
that
so
was
cool.
what was cool is like, this is the story behind the story, right? Is you have a chance to learn like how everything came to be, and sometimes honestly the best things you figure out are just completely by accident. So that was pretty neat in my opinion.
I feel like Tom's like the Wizard of Oz, you know, at the end of the Wizard of Oz when they unveil or they take the curtain away and then he's like
I am jealous of all the camera angles. I will admit that. You have lots of buttons. I am jealous of all the camera angles. So Zev is helping us build a conspiracy theory. Maybe Duck is controlling Tom.
Ooh. Interesting.
If Bob does get adopted, which is one of our Patreon tiers, we will go ahead and when we unveil, this is kind of the thing with the Patreon tier, is the Adopt Bob tier is a tier where basically you adopt Bob, because all of GMS's expenses at that point are covered. So we'll have time to build Bob a new box. If you don't know, Bob's over here in the garage, has a box, very great box. He loves it. It's a nice place to live, is what Bob tells me. In fact, if you ask Bob, hey Bob, just how much do you like your box? What do you think?
Bob says pretty okay.
Bob's a big fan, right? So we could actually build Bob a new box, which that made me think of Bob a new box. So sorry. and we would unveil it in an HGTV style reveal of Bob's new box. So that would be pretty cool.
I like that.
But what I will commit to is if we get Bob adopted, the first remodel of Bob's box, we'll put up a duck portrait. There you go, Zev. You'll have a Tom Thinks duck portrait inside the box, and then Bob can talk to Duck anytime.
So like extreme box over. Extreme box
extreme box
makeover.
over. Move that
Extreme
box.
makeover.
Move that box. Oh my gosh. What a fun show. It's 8:46 West Coast time, 11:46 on the East, 4:46 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Doo-doo-doo. The Bob box thing, by the way, if you do adopt Bob, we actually contribute $25 to an actual adoption charity. So that is kind of fun about the box. Bob would be super excited.
Won't you adopt me?
We have our takeaways that are pretty okay. The things that you learned from today's show, we'll have that coming up. We will also have our clip of the day on the way as well. We'll play Kajito's theme song since Kajito was kind enough to give us that. I did see up here when Lady K was able to check in, because Lady K for the next couple weeks apparently is going to be part of the FHC.
Hello to the final hour crew.
And Lady K gave us a patented Lady K fact of the day. So let me just click here. This is what you can do in Twitch, is you can click this button and then see them. Lady K said, fun fact, early to bed and early to rise came about from farmers. They worked hard until the sun went down, then slept to get up at dawn. That is the origin of that phrase, in case you didn't know.
Lady K, fact of the day. Day.
Perfect.
Nice.
Thank you, Lady K. So whether you're FHC or whether you're 1HC, you are here to help us with our facts.
Hello, FHC.
All right, Theo, our topic of the day was the person who decided to park in every parking spot of their supermarket. Do you have now, after thinking about this for a good amount of time, do you have any small, silly goals that you're going to try to accomplish with your life?
No, I totally forgot. Well, I'm trying to make kombucha.
There you go. How do you make kombucha?
So first of all, you need a SCOBY. A SCOBY is like this bacteria, and it looks kind of creepy and
Like
slimy.
Zoinks.
It's thick and white and creamy, and it looks like alien. Basically, you put that in a jar, you brew some tea, add some sugar, let it sit there with like a cover over it for like 30 days, and let it ferment until it gets all like fizzy and alcohol-y and all that jazz. But right now it looks scary. It's like a SCOBY, and it's I just gotta show it to you later.
I was going to say, yeah. Put it in our Discord, because so far I'm a little terrified. Not gonna lie.
No, it was a little scary at first. I was like, ooh, but yeah, I'm like, Lady K, I feel like you would know much about kombucha, so holler.
You had said also it's called SCOBY.
SCOBY.
Like all I could think of was Scooby Doo. Like Zoinks, G Scoob.
Scooby Doo. Yes.
Well, good luck with that. I need to find a new short-term goal, since I accomplished my goal when I was a kid, to find all of the helmets that you could get for the NFL teams out of the 25-cent vending machines, and I bought the last one from a Sam Goody checkout person. It was sitting there. It's like,
Sam Goody checkout person.
Cashier, probably. I don't know. That's the right term. But yeah, it was blue though. That was the only thing, was the wrong actual helmet. It was more Baltimore Colts and Indianapolis Colts. Am I right, Theo?
Yeah.
Break down all the Indianapolis Colts helmets over history for us really quick.
Okay, they all had helmets.
Thank you, Theo. Back to me. Chris M. said, my grandma was making kombucha in the 90s. It grossed me out so much. I haven't even tried it.
Oh, look at her. She was ahead of the game.
I would try it, though. I just haven't tried it. We need to do our giveaway, a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to do that after our clip of the day. Real AJ said, Tom, meaning Duck, Bob, and Analist Morset need to meet.
Analist Morset.
Oh my God.
We'll try to arrange that one too. Oh, Matt, imagine if Duck and Bob meet Barry. That's a good point. Look, it's Michael. Barry is Mike's Sasquatch that is behind him in all of his shots. So that's a good point. We should try to set that up. Thanks again to Jan from Inspector Waffles, Glasgow Games, who was our guest in the 7 o'clock hour. That was our name of the month for the month of March. Speaking of name of the month, today's name of the morning, which becomes eligible for name of the month, was Somatically Muffed, out today for Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S. If you missed our Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming News, you can find it on our Twitter. Search
#GMS Morning Gaming News.
There was a headline about a golden Wii made for Queen Elizabeth, Sony to aggressively invest in first-party studios next year, and an iOS update that adds support for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X controllers for iOS games. So there you go. Did you see that, Chris? I mean, you said that Grandma called kombucha mushroom tea.
I was wondering what that. Okay.
It's not bad.
Or is it? Yeah.
It's a little more straightforward than kombucha, since that's a little abstract in a lot of ways, unless you know what it is.
Oh, I was like, what kind of mushroom tea? But then I'm like, okay, no, I forgot. PG. Gotta keep PG.
Nice. All right. It's time for us to do our takeaways that were pretty okay, what you learned from the show, and of course, it's time for
Clip of the day. Clip of the day. Clip of the day. Clip of the day. Here it is. It's the clip of the day.
Ever have any small, less serious goals? Mine is to continue to evolve my impressions. Good job, AJ. Way to get auto-modded. I'm proud of you.
Now do John Madden doing a dolphin rolling his R's.
Of course. How do you know what's so in my wheelhouse? Here's a guy. He was gonna jump through the hoop, and then he went over to the left, like boom. Romance. I think I got like a hyena laugh in there too, just for fun. Not afraid. Yep. Remember when we used to wake people up with just the sound of a donkey? Instead, like now, like imagine Kiki waking up to that sound that I just made. I think it'd be enough to never sleep again.
We can isolate that.
Yeah, I don't think my strong suit, Theo, anytime soon is going to be able to be making impressions and sound effects. Don't think there's a chance. I tried, chat. I tried. Tried real hard. Didn't quite work. All right, let's do our giveaway. We had everybody enter in for a chance to win a fabulous prize. This is a copy of Inspector Waffles. Let me throw that in the chat because I haven't had a chance to do that. This is how you can find the game. It's on Steam for sure, and I will look and see if it's anywhere else. But if you want to win a chance at our name of the day, or sorry, name of the month rather, that is the winner for March, was Inspector Waffles. We've closed the entries for the giveaway, so I need just a little bit of buy time. Okay, give me some buy time here. Inspector Waffles,
right? Yeah. I'm curious. I mean, there's got to be like music, right? Like theme music for Inspector Waffles.
I hope so. And if there's not, I will forever think of Inspector Gadget as Inspector Waffles now. So, which would not be a bad outcome, to be honest.
No,
so.
I'm honestly just like shooting out waffles at people. Like one hand's waffles, one hand's like syrup, and then another one's just like throwing plates out. Yeah, that
would be amazing.
I don't eat waffles very often, but that sounds really good right now.
All right, I know what to do. So give us one more update. You are a musician. You have a music video that you're working on. Go ahead and give us the rundown of what you are working on currently.
Hey, everybody. If I haven't met you yet, I'm Theo. And honestly, I'm just a creator of positive vibes, whatever it is. So follow me on Instagram. It's at I am Miss Theo. I hang out there sometimes, you know. I'm not great at being on social for too long, but come check me out on there. We have good times.
And you were in Hawaii?
Oh, yes. I was in Hawaii, and it was amazing. It was a trip, though, Ryan. I got to tell you about that later. It was a trip. I had, like, spiritual encounters. I had breakthroughs. Like, it sounds crazy, but it happened.
That is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that.
And Cogito, waffles, pizza. Yes, that sounds amazing. I love pizza.
I think this is ready to go. We are going to give away a copy of Inspector Waffles, which was our name of the month winner, also on our YouTube page, which we now have as youtube.com/gaming morning show. We have a custom URL now. We are able to have that opportunity to share find our YouTube.
Yes.
And you'll find us, and then Mike would be mad because I was telling you to have to search for things. Wheel of Names is ready to go. We will get you our winner of this particular contest. All I have to do is click on the right link to make this happen, which might be here. Yep, maybe. Yep.
Is this the
yep,
is this
I like
the first ever? Is this the first ever giveaway?
No, we've just never had the developer on with us before.
Okay.
So, usually it looks better than that. I'll live with it. That's horrible. I don't like that. I'm gonna live with it. We're gonna spin. Here we go. Wheel of Names is loaded. This is everybody who entered the drawing by ! Raffle, as well as our Patreon subscribers, plus those who are subscriber plus get an extra entry. Here we go. The winner of Inspector Waffles, our March name of the month on Gaming Morning Show, is
more.
Copia has won our name of the month giveaway. Copia, congratulations. You are now the proud owner of Inspector Waffles.
Hey, congratulations.
Inspector Waffles.
Yeah, congrats.
Give Copia a shout out. Streamers Lighthouse is hosting the Streamers Lighthouse prom. It is a themed prom that's coming up this Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time called Enchantment Under the Sea. There is a link in our Discord in the community Good Vibes where you can check that out. Be sure to join us coming up this weekend. Big thanks again to Jan for joining us. Big thanks to Tom Thinks for joining us as well. One more shout out to each of them. Chat, time for your takeaways that were pretty okay. What is something you learned from today's show? And we start off with our good friend Miss Theo. Miss Theo, what is something that you learned from today's show?
That live animation editing was a thing. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
And it's really impressive. Again, Tom
Yes.
Thinks on Twitch. And be sure to check out the Fairy Mod Mother as well. We've linked to that a couple of times throughout the course of the show. You can find that on Twitter as well. Wow, we have an opportunity to do something that we've never been able to do on Gaming Morning Show. Chat, do you have anything else you want to let us know about before we send you over on Twitch to Copia? We have never had a chance to raid Copia in the history of Gaming Morning Show because Copia typically isn't on by the time we get off the air. He's going to be playing Apex Legends with, it looks like, Final Hour crew ambassador Chris M. Yee and Blaze, good friend of the show as well. So we're going to do that for you this morning. We're going to send you on over to Copia at the conclusion of things. What I learned is you can set your mind to anything, including parking in as many parking spots as you want at the local supermarket, if you so desire. I also learned that your Chris M.'s grandma used to call it mushroom tea. Okay, but most of all, I've learned that chat prefers my singing to my dolphin impression. So
Yes.
there's that.
More singing. I think I feel a GMS musical coming in the near future.
Ooh, that would be so fun. If you didn't yesterday, be sure to check out our Twitter, by the way. We had a musical moment, in fact, as we ended up having an homage to Mike's hair that's no longer with us. K-Laugh learned about Shrimp Scampi Day. Pickle Feats learned that was, in fact, a dolphin as well. Yes. Doing a dolphin with... No, I remember you all want singing. You don't want my impressions, for sure. Romance.
Yeah, it sounds like you're you're like a dolphin who's like gargling water.
But I felt my tongue vibrate for like 4 milliseconds, so that's a win. How about them apples? Take that.
Progress.
Those who said my tongue. Yeah, it's amazing. All right, go say hi to Copia for us. You can say good morning from GMS. Big thanks again to Axe for the host, Aura for the host as well, and Tom Thinks did the same thing for us too prior to the interview. Check out Tom Thinks on Twitter. Say good morning from GMS for those going into the raid to our friend Copia. And until we see you again tomorrow, as we do Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time, I am Ryan. That is Theo for Sean and Mike and all of our guests. Thank you for hanging out with us on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Back tomorrow.